Hey guys, Ryan here, and we are here. We should be live now for the LA Clash at the Coliseum here. Oh man. So right now they are currently doing practice group 2. So after this practice group, there will be one more group of practice for round 2, and then we go into the qualifying round where all the drivers are going to be fighting to bump in or out of the race. So hopefully you guys are excited. If you guys are, of course, hit the like button and subscribe. If you guys knew, we will be doing this for every single NASCAR race this season, or as many as I can do. The attempt is going to be for all of them, and here we go. Hey Jonathan, how's it going? Wow, we already got people going on. And say, comment some names that you guys think are going to be fighting for that 22nd and final spot. Right now, it's Austin Dillon and Bubba Wallace holding down 21st and 22nd, which would be the last cars in. And say, not sure as to which cars currently are the guys on the outside looking in. Obviously, we get one more round of practice to go, so here we go. But, yeah, so we'll go ahead and we'll throw up a poll in a bit. So that's round 2, group 2 of 3. So we got the third and final group for round 2, and then it will be the qualifying round, which I believe is only a 4-minute session, and every driver's got to try and get out there and turn laps, which is gonna be important, because if you're late to get out there, you may not get out there at all, because it's going to be tough to make any sort of progress, so. And progress is going to be important, because in this race, progress, it's hard to make it on the track, so if you can qualify better, it's going to be important. Not to mention only 22 drivers are going to get in on speed. Now, the highest rated driver who is not a part of that group will get in via the heat race, or not via the heat race, but we'll get in via points. There will be a 23rd spot for the spot here, so let's see. All right. And just going to pull up a separate leaderboard so I can scroll up and down. They currently went to commercial break, so you're not missing much. Alright, here we go. Let's see. Yeah, so as of right now, Todd Gilliland, Austin Dillon, and Bubba Wallace are the last 3 in. Michael McDowell, Josh Berry, and Stenhouse would be the first 3 out. And I believe the highest points finisher, looking behind them, I think the highest points finisher right now would be Chris Buescher, maybe? The highest points finisher from last year in that back group. I mean, it would be between Chris Buescher, McDowell, and Stenhouse, I think. I mean, actually, Keselowski might be in there in terms of final standings. But there's not a lot for, playoff drivers in that back half there. All right, so the final NASCAR standings, let's see. Who would be the... So your list of guys who would be in, obviously Ryan Blaney is locked in, because even if he completely fails qualifying, he can qualify in. And yes, Buescher over Keselowski would be the extra car in as of right now. McDowell got 15th in the final standings, and Stenhouse got 16th in the final standings. So, certainly not great for those guys, but not as bad as it could have been, that's for sure. Alright, so there we go. Just going to go ahead and share the link real quick, and yeah, hopefully you guys doing this. Let's go. All right. All right, so NASCAR's back from commercial break. They got Chase Elliott out there with the sleek white Napa scheme. I think that scheme's gonna really pop as we get later into the night. If you guys have been listening to the Lap Down podcast that I'm a part of, you guys will have heard me talk about that white scheme. I'm not the biggest fan, but as a night race special scheme, I actually think it works pretty well for what its intention is. So here we go. Alright, there we go. Got the stream link shared, and okay, they got the 21 car currently parked in one of the spots on the infield, which means he's not able to get back out onto the track, I don't think, right now. Harrison Burton, he's parked on that infield, and that's not going to be good for him because he needs to try and bump his way into that top 22 because he has absolutely no points finish to go back on. Now, I believe it is based on the driver's standings, not the owner's standings, so Chase Elliott is definitely behind here. Hey, Dr. Spider, how's it going? I'm pretty sure most of the race fans in America are probably drunk, especially NASCAR fans. I'm not, but hey, you know what? We got some good old water. And ooh, not Chase Elliott. Sorry, Christopher Bell there slid off the corner. It was one of those. It was one of those cars with four wheels. Went for a slide off the corner. And the cars don't seem to have much, if any, grip tonight. So, it's gonna be an interesting one. We're getting ready. The practice session will be starting right after this one. Top 22 on raw speed make the field. So top 22 make it on raw speed, and then the 23rd spot and final spot will go to the highest driver in points who is not fast enough to get into that top 22. So at the moment, Blaney would be the lock-in because he won the championship last year, so he will be he is guaranteed into the main event. He doesn't even have to go out and qualify, although currently showing as 14th fastest overall. I think he's going to be fast enough to lock in, so it'll be down to who the fastest of the outside that top 22 is going to be. We got some rookies. We got Carson Hocevar in the 77. We got Zane Smith in the 71, both trying to bump their way into their potentially first NASCAR race. You got Austin Dillon, Bubba Wallace still hanging on to those last two spots. Todd Gilliland still holding on to a spot as well. Michael McDowell, he is right on that outside looking in here. Fair enough. Yep. We do got some sober race fans, but I know there's a lot of them that enjoy a brew too, so. Yeah, there we go. Looks like Bubba Wallace climbing into his car. I believe he's in Group 1, which means he's getting geared up and ready for the 4-minute qualifying session that they're about to go out and have. So it's going to be a blitz rush to see if any of these guys can get there. But, man, this race being moved up about an hour earlier than it was, or not an hour earlier, a day, exactly 24 hours earlier than it was originally supposed to be. We got a decent turnout actually so far. Thank you guys, all 6 of you guys that have tuned in already. Josh Berry, another one of those rookies trying to bump his way into his potentially first ever NASCAR Cup race as a full-time participant. I believe he was the substitute driver for Hendrick Motorsports for a lot of last year, especially when Chase Elliott and Alex Bowman went out with injuries. So they got all the crew chiefs up in the crowd with the laptops out there running numbers. I feel like that would be a little bit dangerous there, Spider. Hilarious, but a little dangerous. Maybe if they were still doing the virtual racing from... Okay, get drunk on caffeine. Okay, fair enough. And I got some good old water, but I love myself a good chocolate milk as well, so... Hey, everybody's got their own brew, quote-unquote, that they like, so... Some people brew coffee, some people brew their, beer. For me, milk, chocolate milk, hot chocolate, can't go wrong with chocolate. So, Christopher Bell, the only car right now on track that is inside that top 10. We got Hamlin currently topping the leaderboard, and those Gibbs cars coming out very strong. 1, 2, 3 at the top of the board. And the worst of the Joe Gibbs cars is currently 6th with Martin Truex Jr. And that is a tie, actually, for 6th place if you look at the exact time behind. He and Logano have the same time down to the 100th of a second. And it is a very tight field. In fact, 1/10 of a second covers between Reddick and Bell. So 2nd down to 9th is covered by 1/10 of a second on speed. So, alright, here we go. So that first group of cars getting ready to go out there and qualify. Again, the biggest thing about this, and I can't stress this enough, the top 22 fastest cars are the only ones that make the show. So you got the 22 fastest cars, and then you will have one provisional who will be the highest championship finisher from last year in the driver standings to make the list. So I've got the list of the final NASCAR Cup standings from last year, in case no one remembers. Obviously, Ryan Blaney winning the championship, he will be guaranteed in, but based on speed, he looks like he's going to be pretty safe as long as he doesn't spin it around in qualifying. Larson, Byron, a couple of the other drivers who I think they should be fast enough to lock themselves in. But if one of those does struggle, they potentially have that provisional. Again, only one provisional. So if Larson really struggles, Byron can't also struggle. Christopher Bell, Denny Hamlin, they're topping the lap times in practice. I would be shocked if they don't have enough speed to make the top 22 in like 5 minutes. Then you got Tyler Reddick. He's another one of those Toyotas. I don't really worry too much about him, but if something does break, potentially he could fall back on that provisional, but again, only one driver gets it. Right now, looking at the actual finishing speeds, I believe Chris Buescher would be the first one out. If I'm looking at the list, you got, yes, it would be, Chris Buescher would be the provisional as of right now if you take their practice speeds and put it right into qualifying. Alright, here we go. So, that round of qualifying is wrapped up, and that round of practice is wrapped up, and now we're getting ready for group qualifying, which NASCAR actually ironically did away with at the ovals about, I think it was 4 years ago now. I think it was 2019 when they got rid of group qualifying for single car qualifying. So, yep, top 10 finishers in practice. You guys can see them on your screen. We got Denny Hamlin, Bell, Gibbs, Byron, Logano, Truex, Kyle Larson, Chase Briscoe, Tyler Reddick, and Kyle Busch rounding out that top 10. Again, those are your 10 that I would say those guys are pretty much safe on lap time no matter what. Although, again, all it takes is one small slip, one spin, and you miss out on a chance for your good lap time to go and benefit you. So there we go. Here comes the, they got those Group 1 cars coming out onto the track. Ty Gibbs rolls out onto the racetrack. Son of team owner, and for those of you guys coming over from the NFL world, because I've been covering a lot of NFL this offseason, former Washington football team, or whatever you guys call them, Redskins, Commanders, Coach Joe Gibbs, his son's racing now, and driving for his dad's team there, or his granddad's team. So Ty Gibbs pulling in there. McDowell's in this group, so come on, McDowell. If you guys don't know, I'm a massive McDowell fan. I want to see him make this top 22. Would make the rest of this night a whole lot more exciting. We also have the Mexico Series race coming up after the NASCAR Cup Series Busch Clash at the Coliseum. So if you guys want to stick around for that one, real quick, let's see. Who were the 4 guys on that bubble? We'll go ahead and see. Alright, here's the poll. Gonna do a real quick poll here. Oh yeah, it will definitely be a testing the water season for him. Alright, so yeah, they are out there and they are rolling. So it's going to be a race. Let's see. Alright, there we go. Poll is up. So I went and put the top 3 drivers from the practice sheet in for who we think might bump their way into the show. And I also put in a spot for you guys to vote if you guys think that somebody from off that list potentially comes in and bumps their way into the show instead. Or it's very possible we just don't see anybody from outside that cut line bump in, but I would be shocked if we don't see any changes from that top 22 in practice. But here we go. Qualifying. Jones to the top of the leaderboard. Josh Williams to 3rd already. Again, so far only 6 cars out on track here making the laps. They're doing very short groups here to try and make sure that the track isn't too clogged. I think you really need to be top 2, maybe top 3 in this out of these cars here to realistically think that you might have a shot at hanging on for that top 22 spot here. So there we go. We got the poll up. So it looks like we think Stenhouse might have the best shot of those guys to bump in. Hey, you know what? I would love to see it. Let's say Josh Williams, 31-year-old. He's making it. He's made 3 Cup starts to this point, and this could be his 4th Cup start here. If he can just bump his way in, and he is to the top of the boards there for Williams. Nice. Let's say Smith bumping his way up to 4th, but again, that I don't know if 4th is going to be enough, especially based on where they are right this moment. They only got 4 minutes to go out there and qualify in these 6-car groups. So far, Briscoe Williams topping the leaderboard. And that's actually a tie in terms of if you're only looking to the 2nd decimal place between Briscoe and Williams jumping out there. So it's going to be a tough one there. But yeah, so let me know who you guys think is going to get the poll. Do you guys think somebody, again, if you guys think somebody other off that list is going to end up bumping their way in, go ahead and let me know who you guys think is likely to bump their way in that wasn't in the top 22 a few minutes ago. But let's see, Briscoe versus Williams trying to bump their way in. So they haven't gone and updated the website to show the cars on track as they're turning laps right now. Williams to the top of the leaderboard. Oh, there we go. All right, maybe I just need to refresh the page. We'll have to make sure we line this perfectly right back up once it gets re-up. There we go. Just need to line that right up there. All right, so there we go. Your 6 cars on track are... There we go. Now they're pictured just fine. And yeah, there we go. The caution flag is out, and they have ended their session. Briscoe bumps his way by 2/100ths of a second. Briscoe bumps himself ahead of Williams and Hocevar, who both turned in 13.50s. I think you're gonna need a 13.4 to make it, and even Briscoe's, I don't know if he's safe. Williams, Hocevar, though, I think those times, they could be close. We'll have to wait and see. I think after the second or third group, we'll kind of have a decent idea of what kind of lap time will get you in to the Clash of the Coliseum. Of course, after I think it's after the fourth group, we will officially have 2 cars on the outside looking in that will have been bumped out, and we'll have 2 cars locked into the main event. So there we go. Kyle Busch in first place. Hey, you know what? I would love to see that too. Although I would actually I'd like to see McDowell win this thing more, just for him getting some credibility. And hey, you know what? McDowell can win this one. We can root for Kyle Busch next week, in 2 weeks, because Kyle should. If Kyle can win that 500, the Clash won't matter for him. But if McDowell can win a short track like this one, I think it'll give a lot of credibility to his career that really hasn't been there. It is on FS1 if you guys want to watch the actual TV coverage. The qualifying was always going to be on FS1. All of today was actually always going to be on FS1. Unfortunately, because of the inclement weather, they moved the race to tonight as well. So in about an hour, the BuschLightClash at the Coliseum will be happening tonight. Yeah, so yeah, the BuschLightClash at the Coliseum and the Mexico Series race are both happening tonight, because it looks like it looks like in LA they're getting a 4-day monsoon. So Logano currently jumps up to the fastest car in this session. And they've pulled out the 3rd decimal place for the lap speeds here to try and get more precise with who's ahead of who here. So far, Logano, Byron, none of them have been able to bump up into... Oh, there we go. They bump all the way on the top. I was about to say, Logano... and then haven't bumped up to the top of the leaderboard. Now it's Byron Chastain. Byron bumping his way up into 2nd place there. And again, as I said, that time for Briscoe, yeah, it was going to be tough to hold on there. And there we go. Ty Gibbs to the top of the board with a 13:35.0 there for the young gun out of Joe Gibbs Racing, coming into his sophomore season here. Byron bumps his way up to the top of the leaderboard again here. And Zane Smith absolutely looking like he's going to miss out here. He's bottom of the leaderboard still. Cindric continues to drop as he was in that first group. But right now the battle between Byron and Gibbs for the top of the leaderboard here. 2 very young guns, and Chastain throws his hat into the mix as he moves himself up into 2nd place here. McDowell still hanging on to a solid top 5 run so far. Reddick moves his way and bumps McDowell off that 5th spot here. So Reddick takes over spot number 5. This is definitely a qualifying. So yeah, I think this group, again, is going to probably establish where you're going to need to be. I think you need to be, as I said, I think a 13.4 might be the fastest, might be the slowest you could go and still make it. They got less than a minute left to try and qualify here for this group. They got 50 seconds remaining. Let's see. That gives him about 3 more laps here. And Mike McDowell, can he bump his way any higher? Is there anything he can do at this point? As Logano bumps his way up to second there. So it's now Gibbs, Logano, Byron, Chastain, Reddick, the top 5. 30 seconds remain. And McDowell still hanging on to that 13.44 here. Again, a 13.4 is going to be right around that bubble line. And it looks like my bubble line might be just about perfect as to where I think some of these guys might be here. Logano improves his lap time, but doesn't manage to bump his way up to the top there. And it looks like they're getting ready. I believe this is going to be the white flag for these guys in qualifying. So they're going to get, yep, there we go, last lap. And Logano bumps his way ahead of Ty Gibbs at the last second there. And time expires. They get to complete this lap, but it looks like Logano takes the top spot from Ty Gibbs at the last moment. So there we go. Joey Logano takes second place, or takes the top spot, bumping Ty Gibbs back to second. Byron will be third. Fourth, Ross Chastain, and rounding out your top 5, Reddick. Michael McDowell coming up with a 13.42. So if a 4.2 is not enough to make it into the top 22, I will be a little bit shocked. But I did say I thought a 13.4 was going to be about the slowest you could go and still maybe make that top 22. But it's going to be tough to see. We'll have to wait and see what the official, final laps end up looking like for all these guys. But it's looking like it's going to be a tight fight here. And when we get down to that last couple of groups, I will shift the leaderboard down so you guys can actually see the battle for about 20th through 24th or so. That way we can put some highlight on some of those guys who are bumping their way in and out. And I say, since the whole point of this qualifying session is to qualify there. And wow, we got 10 people hanging out in here. Thank you guys for everybody that's tuned in here. Of course, remember to like and subscribe if you guys are new. We will be doing these kinds of streams all throughout the NASCAR season. Looks like we are very confident still in Stenhouse's ability to potentially bump his way in. As I say, some people are thinking someone else. Who do we think can bump their way in? Barry? Yeah, we haven't seen him go out yet for qualifying, so he could. Seems like people not really having all that much faith in Michael McDowell after that run. And honestly, I mean, it feels like a 3-4, or it feels like a 4.2, a .42 should be better than that, but because I don't think we're gonna see anyone hit a 12-second lap time here. So yeah, I would be shocked if we see someone hit a 12-second lap. So all right, there we go. And they're back from commercial break and getting ready to roll out this next group for qualifying. These cars have had very little grip tonight, so we'll have to wait and see what that grip ends up looking like after qualifying. But there's still quite a few cars left to qualify. Only 12 cars have gone out so far. So we're about that's about a third of the field. So we got, I believe it's 4 more groups of qualifying to go. So here we go. Coming out onto the track, I see Keselowski. I see Bubba Wallace coming out onto the track here. Let's see, who else we got? We got Kyle Busch. Kyle Busch coming out to run this one. All right, now they go to the in-car camera here. We got, oh, there we go, Keselowski. All right, can we get a wider view of who's, oh, there we go, Alex Bowman's coming out. Larson's out there as well. We'll have to wait and see if Larson can end up getting a top 5 here. Larson looked fast in practice, but qualifying could be a very different story. But again, as I said, those guys in that session looked very strong. Byron really the only one. I think that Byron and Reddick, I think, were the only 2 that were really in that conversation for the potential waiver pick here for the bonus spot, or whatever you want to call it, the provisional spot on points. because I would be a little bit surprised if we see both RFK cars bump their way in, since they were both out on the outside looking in by a significant amount. So, alright, there we go. I was talking about how the Mexico Series practice sessions from earlier today went and rubbered up the track. So there we go. Bowman, Preece out there turning in their first couple of laps. LaJoy, Dillon. Let's see. John Hunter Nemechek's out there. We got Justin Haley. I think that's the entire group there. Yep, that's the entire group. So Kyle Busch and Truex must be in the next session. So we got Ryan Preece, LaJoy, Bowman, Austin Dillon, and Justin Haley in this segment here, and this will be for spot 18. There we go. Preece bumps his way up to 7th place, just behind McDowell. So Preece up to 7th there, bumps his teammate Briscoe down to 8th. So far, nothing really else impressing from the other 5 drivers yet in this group. There we go. LaJoy bumps past his teammate Zane Smith to move off the very bottom of the list, but that's not saying a ton. I think we gotta wait and see, because I think you're gonna see a lot more speed out of these cars once they kind of take a few laps to get wound up. Nemechek pushing Zane Smith even further down that list as he finally goes out there and gets a good lap in that Dollar Tree car. And honestly, that Dollar Tree car is pretty clean. I hadn't seen this paint scheme yet, but I would say it's solid. There we go. Justin Haley bumps his way up to 12th. There we go. And now every driver in this session has now outdone Zane Smith. And Preece bumps his way ahead of McDowell for 6th. So there we go. The first driver in this session to really make a significant bump there. LaJoy up to 8th as well. He's just behind McDowell. Again, those 13-4s are looking like they're going to be about the bare minimum you're going to need. And I say, Preece goes and bumps his way into that top contention to potentially make it here. Yeah, Justin Haley on track in the Walmart machine for the number 51 car. There we go. Feel like I kind of got to root for that one out of respect since I work for Walmart. That's my day job. Then we got Alex Bowman out here along with Ryan Preece. Those two trying to turn some good laps. I'm kind of surprised Bowman hasn't bumped his way much higher here. Bowman currently sits 14th on the leaderboard as it currently stands, and that's just not good enough to really make a stand here. Now you got Ryan Preece who's trying to wind up there. Oh, there we go. Haley bumps himself ahead of McDowell, and Preece stays ahead of Haley, though. So McDowell gets bumped down to 8th and continuing to start that slide. Bowman makes his significant jump there. There we go. Alex Bowman up into 9th place there, making his first big jump. Justin Haley jumps into the top 5 in a Rick Ware car. Hey, you know what? Justin Haley might be about to prove a lot of people wrong, including me, where I felt like last year when he announced his spot to the 51 car, I thought that was a career mistake there for him. But, hey, you know what? It just goes to show people on the internet, we ain't always right. So, here we go. So, Austin Dillon still back in 15th. He's currently the worst of these guys on track there. Bowman bumps up into the top 5 there and gets up to 3rd with a 13-2. 13-2, currently the fastest time on the board. A 13-2.25 there for Logano. It's a 13-2.66 for Bowman as the red flag comes out, signaling the end of this practice session and the end of the bleeding for McDowell for now, as he ends in 9th place here. So the drivers from this session, Bowman claims 3rd, Haley 6th, Preece in 8th. I think those are the guys who might be safe, but we'll have to wait and see. Nemechek and LaJoy currently sitting in 10th and 11th, and Austin Dillon having a nightmare day today in 15th. That is just not a great spot there for Austin Dillon. Now, granted, as I said, a 13.4 could very well get you into that top 22 shootout. So, I think LaJoy and Nemechek have a chance, but it is going to be right there on that bubble along with McDowell. I mean, McDowell was the bubble driver all afternoon, so it's going to be tough to see if they can go out there and if he can hold on to that top 9, because he can't go out there and turn another lap. He is locked in at a 13.4, and they got Ty Gibbs out of the car there. Going to talk to him for a bit. Well, they talk about probably that track being pretty slick, but we got a pretty good qualifying session going here. And again, after this group goes out, I'm gonna shift the leaderboard for you guys so that we can focus in on that battle for like 20th through 24th or so, focusing in on that battle for who can bump their way in, who can bump their way out. And here we go. Speaking of bumping their way in, Keselowski is on track. So Keselowski, Truex, Larson, Bubba, Hamlin. Yep, there's this group. This is a stacked group, and after this group, as I said, I think you will have a very good picture as to what kind of time is going to be in and what time is going to be out. Hamlin already up into the top 10. There we go. Hamlin bumps his way to 9th with a 13.396. That's fast, and it's going to be tough to keep kind of treading your water above that. Kyle Busch out on track, Bubba Wallace, all of them out there trying to bump their way out here. Let's see. So Bubba finished in 10th place in points last year, so he's got a decent shot at the waiver if he doesn't get it. The problem is that we saw a significant speed trouble out of both the RFK cars, so I think one of them might end up with it. Kyle Busch bumps up significantly. There we go, up into 7th place for Kyle Busch. 13.3. Oh, there we go. He just bumped himself one more spot higher, up to 6th place with a 3.56 there for Busch, as Hamlin bumps his way to 6th, bumping Busch even further down. And McDowell continues to drop further and further here, as Hamlin, Busch, and Larson all jump ahead of him. And now they're all kind of trading spots inside there. And Hamlin to the top of the board. We got a new fastest lap here. 13.237 for Denny Hamlin. Kyle Busch out there bumps his way up into the top 5. He's going to continue to put some pressure on these guys. Let's see. You got Larson just up inside that top 10. Oh, there we go. Bumps himself ahead of Haley there. Puts himself up to 8th place. But, as I say, those lap times, it's a 13.3. It should be safe, but it is going to be a rough one. And the fact that McDowell is still hanging on there in 12th, again, I think he might be the last one in. He might be the first one bumped out, but we'll have to wait and see here. Thank you guys, by the way, for all 11 people hanging out in the chat with us tonight. Again, this is, I think, our 4th group of qualifying. I think we got 2 more groups to go after this. So, as I say, these are going to put our 24th car out there, and that's going to lock in. Hamlin and Logano will be locked in on speed if it continues at this pace. They currently have about 50 seconds left on the clock to try and get a qualifying lap in. And I say, Bubba bumps his way into that top 12 here, and Cindric and Zane Smith are officially on the outside looking in. Zane Smith will miss out on the Clash at the Coliseum, so will Austin Cindric. That sophomore slump that he went on last year looked more like a coma, and it looks like it's set to continue here. So that's 2 of them already out. So the rest of the guys just trying to bump their way up to try and future-proof themselves against the last 2 groups here. We got 10 seconds left on the clock. Hamlin actually bumped an even faster time there, 13.139. We might see a 112 here if there's another Gibbs car. And Keselowski bumps his way up to 12th as well there. And Bubba bumps himself up into the top 10 on the last lap. Let's go. Bubba Wallace to 9th place overall with a lap time of a 13.359 there. And it's a pretty good lap for all of them. Justin Haley currently sits in 10th place there, and that just bumps it and makes it even harder. So, as I said, for the I'm going to go ahead and slide this down. It's going to look a little funky here, but we're going to show off... we're going to try and show off the bottom part of that group there. I'm going to try and show off kind of that bubble battle. That's the big thing I want to show off here. So let's go ahead and go one further down here. So there we go. Again, we'll work with this. Again, it's more meant for the top 10 than it is for right here. But so Keselowski in 13th, 14th McDowell. Those are some guys I would still be very much worried about them. I am very worried for McDowell. Corey LaJoie, Martin Truex Jr. even not having a great lap there. Where did Truex finish in the final point standings? Let's see. Because if he isn't able to get there, he might have a shot at that waiver, but he had a really bad playoff. Oh, only 11th in the final standings. That is going to put him well behind a lot of other drivers for that provisional. And in particular, let's see. As of right now, technically Austin Cindric would be in with the 23rd spot because he is the fastest of the, or he's the furthest up of the, in the final point standings. Because right now it's him and Zane Smith, and Smith didn't compete last year in the final standings. So, there we go. So again, this next group of qualifying, it is going to be crucial to watch this battle around the cut line here. So, as I said, we went and shifted the grid just a little bit here for the final 2 rounds of practice here, as we are going to be having a battle for to bump your way in. You got to be 22nd or better to guarantee your spot in. There is a provisional for one driver who finishes outside that top 20. Or outside that top 22, I mean. But, yeah, right now it looks like it's going to be a tough one, though, to see if who can bump in. Alright, looks like Blaney is in this next group. Who else is in this next group here? So it looks like it's going to be Blaney, Bell, Buescher, Elliott, Berry, Stenhouse, and Daniel Suarez, I believe, are in this group. And then the next group will be Noah Gragson, Daniel Hemrick, Todd Gilliland, Harrison Burton, and somebody else. Not sure who is the final driver there, but here we go. So we are, hopefully you guys are pumped up for this one. Hey Brandon, how's it going? So, yeah, right now we're at commercial break, and we're just getting ready for the final 2 groups here of qualifying, which is why the leaderboard is shifted down. We went and shifted it from focusing on the top 10 because, honestly, the top 10 right now doesn't really matter too much. It's all about bumping your way in. Now, again, Logano and Denny Hamlin guaranteed their spots in that last round by being up in that top 2. And Zane Smith and Austin Cindric essentially eliminated themselves from contention for the spot, because I think it's unlikely that anyone further up. I mean, it's pretty much guaranteed that somebody further up in points is going to miss out on the top 22 than Austin Cindric. Just based on looking at who's ahead of him in right now. I mean, I think Eric Jones, the car right ahead of him, is also faster. So the second we see Ryan Blaney or any of these other guys bump their way up, I think Eric Jones gets bumped out and will absolutely lock out Cindric's shot at the playoffs here. But I think the storyline is these guys up ahead of the list. I think from Briscoe on up, I think there's a chance. I called it during the first group. I felt like Briscoe's time, you were going to need to be at or above that to make it in. So, okay, they're showing the final round. So final round. So we still got 2 groups left, I thought. Pretty sure we got 2 groups left. But, yeah, Suarez and the others are on track now, and they are making their laps, so... Let's see. They've gone and locked in all the other laps. So, again, Hamlin, Logano, those 2 are locked in. We expect, I would say probably your top 10 are pretty safe. We'll have to wait and see, but I think Haley will probably be safe, and it's as underneath that I think it's going to start to get interesting. And again, 13th is Keselowski, 14th McDowell. I think both of them are at risk of getting bumped out, especially considering Keselowski was out on the outside looking in both practice sessions prior to this. So the fact that he's above McDowell is not giving me a lot of confidence as a McDowell fan here. So Gragson, Gilliland, Hemrick, Suarez, and Burton are on track right now, along with Kaz Gralla. So I guess that group was ahead of the other group that I saw getting ready. So, all right, let's see. Again, we're waiting to see if any of them can bump their way up into that top 20. And again, all you need to do is be top 22 at the end of this qualifying session here, and you are in the race. Top 22 on speed, and the 23rd spot is a provisional for the highest driver in points not already in. So here we go. We got, I will say the new bodies on the Ford and even the Toyota, it's gonna take some getting used to, especially that front end on the Ford. I've been looking at a lot of pictures of this car, and I'm still not sure what to think of it. And oh wow, the 10 car of Gregson. I mean, I don't know if he intentionally just backed up to try and get a ton of clean air for himself, but yeah, he backed up a long way there. So here we go. Noah Gragson bumps his way in. Eric Jones is on the outside looking in now. So that's our first driver to bump their way up into the top spots. You got Gilliland, Hemrick, Gralla, Suarez, and Burton all currently sitting outside the bubble here. A minute and a half left. Just under 90 seconds remaining here. They got to try and do something to get up into that top 20. Again, I think if you're outside that top 20 at the end of this session, I don't think you're safe. Certainly if you're outside the top 22, when you get done your lap, you are out. Unless you have the provisional. But as of right now, we haven't seen Blaney turn a lap. So Blaney could just sit out and sit back on his provisional if he wanted to. Especially if he noticed a big name there. And Gragson bumps up to 18th. There we go. Noah Gragson up to 18th. Again, that's putting some pressure on those guys around that bump line. Austin Dillon got bumped out. There we go. Todd Gilliland got bumped in to the top 22 there, and then goes and bumps his way up all the way up to 16th place there for a moment. Let's go. Todd Gilliland's doing a ton of work here. So again, it's gotta be nerve-wracking for these drivers. Again, you're looking, I believe this time at the end of this session, down through Larson would be locked in if no other drivers pop up into that top 10. So far, you got Gragson jumping up to 15th, and Gilliland and Todd Gilliland, I think is, there we go, Gilliland up to 14th. I was waiting to see an update. And here we go, it's going to be over here. So, yep, there's the session. So, Hamlin, Logano, Gibbs, Bowman, Kyle Busch, William Byron, Chastain, and Kyle Larson are locked into the main event here. Bubba Wallace-Haley still very likely to make it. Hocevar now the bubble driver. Suarez, Hemrick, Gralla, Burton. Some other drivers from this session who missed out, along with Jones and Dillon who got bumped out in this session. So, a little disappointing for any Eric Jones fans. Eric Jones coming up just short of that spot here. So they're talking with Brad Keselowski right now. He says he thinks he drove it as hard as he could. He's currently 13th. The question is whether or not that'll be enough here. And we're going to have to wait and see. I believe we got 6 cars left. Wait, do we have 6 cars left to run? How many cars we got left to run? Give me a second. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, so we got 6 cars left to run. So let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, all right. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I believe up to, I think the top 16 are all safe. So I think McDowell, Gilliland, I think they're both safe. Gregson, I believe, is safe as well. We'll have to wait and see because this is a very fast group here. You got, I believe Brad Keselowski is in. We're going to have to wait and see. He is 13th as of right now. And the defending champion there, Ryan Blaney, he is locked into the show because even if he fails this qualifying session, he has that champion's provisional to fall back on. He has the highest points finish of any driver, and he could just automatically take that provisional. But I think he wants to show that he's got speed, just like his Penske teammate there who got 2nd place on the leaderboard. He wants to show he's got just as much speed, if not more, than Logano here. Josh Berry smoking the tires here. There we go. Making some moves here. Let's go. So, right now, they're making their way through this one. Let's see. Who do we got left? Again, Chase Elliott, that's one I expect to bump in. Hemrick is going to be iffy, and then we'll have to wait and see where the rest of them end up slotting in. Barry, I think, could definitely bump his way in. It'll just come down to how much speed that 4 car really does have. And then, here we go. The 9 car and the 17 are actually bumping and banging on track. You do not want to be doing that in practice. Well, I guess technically in qualifying, but either way, you do not want to be the guy roughing someone else up and potentially keeping them out of this. Big slide there for Elliott. He keeps it on track and keeps it around the corners here. 26th place, though, right now for Elliott. Is not proving to be enough. Meanwhile, you got guys up in that top spot. So I'm going to shift this down based on where I think the bubble really is here. I'm going to shift it again. Just give me a second, guys. Alright, here we go. Let's shift this just a little bit more. So again, this is going to show a lot of these drivers who are out now, but these are also going to show a couple of the guys who are still bumping their way in. So again, Briscoe and Williams are right now on that bubble here. Stenhouse is on track. I believe he is going to be trying to bump his way in. Only a minute left to try and qualify for the clash at the Coliseum. Blaney currently on the outside looking in. A 13.6. Not going to be good enough. Elliott bumped his way up to 14, so Elliott is in. I believe for sure Elliott will be in. With a lap time like that, Stenhouse bumps his way up to 20th here. They're all just waiting to see what it's going to end up looking like here. Hocevar intently staring right at the iPad here. You got Christopher Bell in that Mobil 1 car. He is going to try and bump his way in here. He's got one of the fastest cars. He's got a Gibbs Toyota. And I say, Blaney, he's going to have to take the champion's provisional if he can't find a few more tenths of a second, because he is currently 25th on laps. And it is going to be a tough one here. I say, Bell would have the champion's provisional. He's currently 35th, and he is just not finding the speed he had earlier. Let's see. Bell bumps his way to 33rd with that lap. I believe he's got one more lap to try and do it. Blaney comes up short. Blaney will end up being the champion's provisional, I believe. And here we go. Off the final corner, it is going to be... Looks like Bell is going to stay 33rd and out of the show, along with Chris Buescher missing out on the show as well. That is a big disappointment for a lot of those cars. So, real quick, I'm going to just scroll it all the way down to feature all the cars currently in the or out of the show here. As many of them as I can do here. So, real quick, I'm going to talk about the guys who just missed out. So, it is Josh Williams, Wow. Did I nail that on the head or what when I said Briscoe is about as slow as you could go and still make it in? Briscoe survives as spot number 22. Williams is out. Hocevar going home as well. Josh Berry not able to get there. Ryan Blaney will be in via the Champions Provisional. Suarez will be sitting at home watching not sitting at home, but sitting in the motorhome watching this one. You got Austin Dillon, Eric Jones missing out. You got Chris Buescher, Austin Cindric, Daniel Hemrick, Christopher Bell, who thought he might be able to fall back on that provisional, but obviously he wasn't able to, as Ryan Blaney also missed out. So Bell will be going home, Gralla, Burton, and Zane Smith. So a lot of drivers going home, and a lot of guys I don't think we necessarily would have picked as guys to miss, especially after seeing the speed from those Gibbs Toyotas in practice. I don't think we would have expected Christopher Bell to be on the outside looking in, especially by that much. I mean, he was he only turned a 31.59 compared to Chase Briscoe, who turned a 13 he turned a 13.5 there, and you needed a 13.483 or better to qualify. So congratulations to the guys who are gonna make it in. And again, Ryan Blaney will be the 23rd and the Champions Provisional to get in. So just gonna really quickly run through all the top qualifiers here. So we got Denny Hamlin, Joey Logano, Ty Gibbs, Alex Bowman, Kyle Busch, William Byron, Ross Chastain, Larson, Bubba Wallace, and Justin Haley rounding out your top 10 starters here. Then you've got guys like Tyler Reddick. You've got, let me go ahead and pull up the rest of the list here. So Tyler Reddick, Ryan Preece, Brad Keselowski, Chase Elliott, Michael McDowell makes it in. Both front row cars, actually. Todd Gilliland also surviving. Noah Gragson making it into the Clash. You got Corey LaJoie. Martin Truex Jr. survives. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. bumped his way in. There we go. And then John Hunter Nemechek and Chase Briscoe, the final two in. So, if you guys thought that Stenhouse and McDowell would bump their way in, you guys were absolutely right. Josh Berry did not end up bumping his way in, so anyone who thought that Berry might do it, you guys, not necessarily a bad guess, but you guys definitely were off on that one. But it looks like we were pretty right on that one. McDowell and Stenhouse, we thought were the two that were going to bump their way in. So again, Blaney will have to start on row 12 of the shootout here, and the notable ones to fail to qualify again. You got Suarez, Austin Dillon, Chris Buescher, Austin Cindric, and Christopher Bell all failing to qualify for the main event here. And they're right now showing a ghost car here, battle between Briscoe and Williams for who was going to make it in and who was going to miss out. And it is not going to be by much here. Yeah, it is a very barely there between those two. And, I think Williams is going to have a great season in Xfinity. He's going to be running the Xfinity Series full-time for Colleague Racing. So, absolutely don't think he is don't count him out. He'll be back. Sure, we'll see him on, I'm sure we'll see him in some of the racing later on. But, ultimately, for today, he will not, his day is going to come to an end a little earlier than he anticipated, so we got Kevin Harvick and Clint Boyer in the booth. I don't know how that combo is going to be. Now, granted, I haven't listened to this booth a ton. I did listen to a little bit of practice while I was setting up the stream and stuff, but yeah, I'm not sure how I feel about this duo or about this booth combo. I mean, Mike Joy is a solid anchor, and Clint Boyer brings enough energy that he should be able to, at least energize the booth, which has kind of been my criticism of that Fox booth, was that it felt like there was just a lack of energy, which is the exact opposite problem that NBC has. But ultimately, I just don't know what Kevin Harvick brings to this booth. Again, though, I have not listened to the booth a ton, so I won't be able to judge it too harshly yet because, well, I'm commentating this. But hey, you know what? If you guys do get tired of those guys, I'll be here for pretty much every Cup race. So, and say they got the USC t-shirts on there. But yeah, we're gonna stay alive here. We got about a half an hour before the Clash of the Coliseum. We can just do some Q&A here. And yeah, we'll just hang out and have some fun. I might go check out, see who else is streaming this one. Let me go ahead and see how this is going here. Because I don't actually have my Switch hooked up, which is my normal filler content to just kind of fill time. So let's go ahead and see. YouTube. Let's see. Clash at the Coliseum. And let's see live. Okay, that person's just pointing the camera straight at their TV and blatantly ripping the broadcast. Can't show. Sorry, you're just showing it. Someone's simulating it. Okay, I believe that person's just showing the straight up stream as well. Man, is everybody just straight up ripping the... Okay, there we go. So there's one person just kind of taking a look. We might go and raid somebody at the halftime of the race. So we'll have to wait and see. But yeah, we got 13 people hanging out with us. All right, well, there's actually a few people that we can go ahead and just kind of look at it. All right, so yeah, we'll probably raid someone during halftime. So if you guys haven't been a part of a raid before, we've only done one on this channel before, but it's something I want to definitely get into the habit of doing. We'll go ahead and share some love with a smaller creator over on the channel. Now, it might not necessarily be a smaller creator. It'll just be any creator I can find. But for the most part, I'll try and pick people who are smaller. Share around some of the love. Go ahead, drop a like, and subscribe if you guys enjoy their content as well. Because, again, we're just trying to boost everybody here on the YouTube platform. The more people are out here watching content, the better for all of us, honestly. Alright, but yeah, again, we're just hanging out here. Let me see. Let's see. Alright, let's see. Trying to figure out what the best way to do this is. I mean, we only have half an hour. I mean, honestly, you know what? I am going to go and run and grab my Switch real quick. Oh, wait, no, it'll hook it all up because my recording software, or my capture card's all in the other room, too. Yep, did not think this through because I thought that I was just going to be doing practice and heat races, which wasn't going to have a whole lot of downtime in between. But now we got NASCAR race day in between the, here in the Clash at the Coliseum. Now we will have halftime. But yeah, so again, Q&A, this will be a good time for that. If you guys have any questions you guys want to ask me. Otherwise, we can just kind of go over some other random stuff, but say just kind of looking through some stuff on the Discord and stuff, but alright, here we go. Again, we already went through the qualified drivers. There's a lot of surprising names kind of going home early here. For those of you guys who have... Actually, here's a question for you guys. For any of you guys who have watched the NASCAR Netflix show, how is it? I don't have an active Netflix subscription right now, so I can't actually go and watch it. But I've heard from a lot of people it's a pretty good show. So let me know. Should I go and reactivate my Netflix just to watch it? Because, yeah, We canceled our Netflix a while back, so yeah, I don't have it to go and watch it, but as I say again, I've heard it's pretty good, so there we go. Let's see. Oh, you know what? Actually, I just thought about something I can do. I can go ahead and see if they have a daily question for the NASCAR fan reward points here. Oh, no, they just got the paint scheme preview. So if I just go and click on this, should give me some bonus points if I just go and look through the paint schemes. Well, hey, you know what? Let's go ahead and look through the paint schemes together. How about that? That sound good, guys? As I say, it's as good as we're going to get here. So, let's go ahead and get this over onto the paint scheme preview. And then I will go ahead and paint scheme preview. There we go. Gonna go ahead and just crop this down a little bit here. Alright, there we go. So we're just gonna look through the paint schemes together, and we'll point out the ones that actually made the show that we'll get to see tonight. So yeah, this Busch Light car for Ross Chastain. It's a beautiful paint scheme. The chrome number, I am not sure works the best on this car. I would have very much accepted kind of a matte silver, or a matte silver or matte gray versus going for the full-on chrome. But honestly, the chrome, at least from what I saw on the track, actually looked pretty decent. Austin Cindric had the Freightliner car. He got bumped in qualifying, so he will be out. Same thing with Austin Dillon. He was running MGM car, or the MGM car. Sunny D car for Josh Berry. Bummed to see that one get bumped. Kyle Larson's got the same old Hendrick car he's run for the last couple of years. He's in. We got Brad Keselowski getting the Castrol Edge car bumped into the field. We got the Celsius car for Corey LaJoie. We got the Morgan & Morgan, some insurance sponsor there for Kyle Busch. We got the all-white Napa car here for Chase Elliott. Again, as a night race scheme, I think this scheme actually looks pretty good. And, oh, man, that is really starting to look wet out there. Hopefully it's not actually raining. Noah Gragson bumped his way in probably what is the grayest paint scheme I've ever seen. I mean, just shades and shades of gray there for Noah Gragson. But, yeah, I'm just bummed because Rush Truck Centers, they had a lot of good colors. They didn't need to go completely grayscale. Like, there are some sponsors where grayscale makes sense. Rush Truck Centers, you got that big colorful logo. Why not use the colors? I've heard a lot of people hating on this Sport Clips car, and honestly, I just don't see it. This Sport Clips car is beautiful. Let me know what you guys think, but yeah, I've heard a lot of people dissing on this one, and yeah, I love it. It looks a lot better than the normal Sport Clips car that we've seen. Ryan Blaney, we've just kind of seen it. I actually quite like the Mahindra Tractors car. I think that the brown on the side looks more ready for the dirt race than it does the super shiny LA Coliseum. But I believe Briscoe was the last guy in. Gralla, he missed out in the N22 car. That's normally the Natalie Decker sponsor that we have kind of come to, or at least that's where I know the company from. The number 16 Alloy car ended up being the last one bumped out. Chris Buescher in the number 17 Fastenal car. We're going to get to see that one run later. MTJ in the Tracker Boats car. Again, we've kind of seen this scheme for a while, except for the camo's new, and it looks good. We got Christopher Bell with the Mobile One car. We haven't seen him with Mobile One sponsorship in a while. It looks good. We got the good old Wood Brothers car. I believe that one missed out on the show, so not overly upset to see that one miss. Joey Logano gets up there near the top of the leaderboard. Doesn't win the pole, but he's just got shell. Bubba Wallace gets into the show with this white and blue car. Again, the white cars I feel like work really well for night races, so certainly looks good. Got the Liberty University Flames for William Byron, qualified inside the top 10 there. Starting in the 6th position. And yeah, okay, Logano is starting second there. Daniel Hemrick, I don't think he was able to bump his way in with the circle car. Then we got the Margaritaville car for Michael McDowell. I actually quite like the look of this car. It's a little busy on the when you're looking at it like this, I think it looks a little busy, but on the racetrack it didn't actually overwhelm too much. It actually looked pretty decent. Todd Gilliland, we kind of seen the generator cars before, and it looks solid, and I'm not tired of it yet, so keep it up, I guess. Ryan Preece, he's got the United Rentals car. That car's been pretty much the same as it was last year. I think the orange might be the only thing that might be new, and yeah, it looks good. I don't think he actually qualified, though, if I remember correctly. Let me see. Ryan Preece. Oh, no, yeah, Ryan Preece, yeah, he qualified 12th. Sorry, my bad. I was completely forgetting that he qualified all the way up there. All right, John Hunter Nemechek, I'm pretty sure, was he in? Pretty sure he was the name I mentioned as in. Yeah, he was the second to last car in, but the Dollar Tree car gets into the show. The Family Dollar car in the hands of Eric Jones, I believe, missed out on the show. It was one of the first bumps out. The Michael Jordan branded car there for Tyler Reddick looks really nice. It's the same car that Kurt Busch won his final Cup Series race in, so that scheme will always have some significance, but looks good. Stenhouse gets the Cheerios car in spot number 20. Alex Bowman driving that Ally car looks amazing. Then the Walmart car for Justin Haley starting inside the top 10. Let's go. Again, for those of you guys who don't know, Walmart's kind of my day job, so those colors, honestly though, blue and yellow work really well together, and that's not coming from a place of bias. Ty Gibbs has got his Monster Energy car, solid black. I wish the Monster Energy cars would go a little bit more lime green, even just a lime green roof or a lime green racing stripes down the middle would be cool, but nope, nothing like that. Zane Smith missed out on the cut with the number 71 car, although the 71 font, I will say, looks good. That's always my worry when we get a new number, is that the font's just not going to look great. 77 font we've seen for years, and honestly, this doesn't look any different than some of the 77 cars we saw last year, even though I think the sponsor might be new, but Cars Nosevar did not make it. He came home 24th in qualifying, and Daniel Suarez in the Worldwide Express car also missed out. So there is the quick look at the LA Coliseum paint schemes that we will see tonight. So there we go. That killed some time. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that little look through. Alright, so there we go. So again, we were just trying to cross over. We're getting ready for the LA Clash of the Coliseum. We got 20 minutes left until the scheduled start time, so we should be pretty much ready. And again, this is a historic football stadium. Getting ready for the this race is going to be amazing. Hopefully you guys are as excited as I am. Alright, here we go. Alright, let's see. Trying to think of what else to talk about. I mean, we got the Daytona 500 coming up next week. Or, sorry, not next week. In 2 weeks' time. Let's see. Full schedule. Well, let's take a quick look at the schedule here. Oh, they got some kind of football thing going on here. Oh, and they are punting it away. And okay, I guess we're... Hey, you know what? Let's commentate some football, I guess. We got a Team Sanchez versus Team Moss here. We got Clint Boyer and Kevin Harvick. Oh, boy, that... Okay, I guess they're just doing a punt contest here. Counting how many yards each of these guys can punt here. Alright, there we go. Team Moss just got a 33-yarder on the kick. Clint Boyer getting ready to kick. Let's see. Oh, wow, that was actually a much better kick than I was expecting there. And it goes 33 yards as well. There we go. Good job, Boyer. So we got Boyer, Nemechek, and Sanchez, who I believe is a USC player. But yeah, that is a really good... that's a really good kick there for Boyer. So yeah, you got Suarez, Harvick, and Moss there on the side there. So the total, though, Sanchez's team is definitely kicking it much further there. Oh, yep, there we go. They handed it off. So I guess I caught the tail end of that happening. But hey, you know what? That was pretty cool. Got a chance to see a little bit of football action while they were punting it. I mean, actually, you know what? You know what we could do? We could just pull up a quick game of Pokemon actually on Showdown, now that I think about it. Not my favorite way to play, but it's a way to play real quick. So there we go. We'll just pull this up. I will try and full screen it as best we can. And there we go. Let's hide that away. Let's go ahead and let's battle. Let's see what we got here. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and move this over to my main monitor. That way I can still look over here, see the chat, as well as I got this. And, of course, the lead would be this. Let's just throw the Shadow Ball and see what ends up happening. Ooh, that's not good. That is really not good that was the most damage we were able to put out. Let's go ahead and just Terra Blast here. We survived the Iron Head. Just don't... Oh, come on! Are you kidding me? And we flinch. Well, now that we know what he wants to do, we can go ahead and make his, Oh, you went Earthquake. Okay. Well, that was a very bad move on my part. I thought he was going to go for it again. Alright, well, how fast is he? He's a 187. He speed ties me. You know what? Let's play this game. Actually, wait, we don't have to play. I can go and Sucker Punch here. Don't even need to worry about the speed tiers. There we go. But, yep. So they're talking about Ryan Blaney getting to use the provisional there. We go ahead and pop my camera up in the little corner here. Video capture device, camera. And we'll go ahead and just put me up in the little corner here. There we go. There we go. So you guys can still see me. There we go. So it doesn't actually matter. So it actually matters where I'm looking. So, yeah, just kind of keeping an eye up here. They're talking with Denny Hamlin, looking for a championship. Oh, man, that's got to be a tiring conversation for him to have every single year. And, alright, let's go ahead and throw out the taunt. That's not going to matter, but I guess he can't no retreat me now. Alright, we go ahead and we throw out our attack. We're just going to keep throwing out attacks here. Alright, here we go. So Primarina's going to try and do something here. Let's see. And there we go. Yeah. Oh, it's Draining Kiss. That's really not good. Alright, well, let's go ahead and just try and Thunderbolt this thing down. Alright, he's going to switch. Oh, he brings in Hydrapple. Please tell me we're not choiced. Good, we're not choiced. We can Alluring Voice. And throw out a lot of damage, and now pretty much anything he brings in is not going to appreciate it. There we go. So we're doing some pretty good we're doing a pretty good job here. Alright, here we go. We're just going to throw out the Thunderbolt because 2 Thunderbolts will be more effective. Oh, and especially on the critical hit. There we go. Now we'll just throw out the Alluring Voice because, again, nothing on his team seems to want to take it. So, again, we're just playing here. We're waiting for the Clash of the Coliseum to start. It should be in, we got about 15 minutes to wait here. And there we go. And say, again, they're just working through the advertisement break, so we're just working our way through it. Normally I would pull out the Switch and play, but don't got the Switch ready here, so. Alright, here we go. So again, at halftime, we're going to go ahead and raid some of the other creators who are also streaming this game. Alright, let's see. So he managed to get both the reflect and light screen up, so he's got dual screens. Oh, wow, that did not do much. But we got the special defense drop. And he got the speed boost, which is going to be a little concerning there. Do we outspeed? That's going to be, I think, pretty much the main question here. If we outspeed, we win. If we don't outspeed, it comes down to whether or not we survive. And I don't know about... Oh, we do survive! Let's go! Oh, but behind the screens, he actually survived. But hey, you know what? We did significant chunk damage there. Alright, we have priority. We have drain. We have Giga Drain here. And let's go. Oh, it's not enough. Oof. An Iron Head, it's a lot, but we do survive. And there we go. So again, Denny Hamlin starting on the pole for the Clash at the Coliseum. That's going to be a big one here. Actually, let me see. I know my buddy made some picks for this game. I couldn't do them, but I know he made some picks. So let me go ahead and see what he made for picks here. After we go ahead and do this here. Alright, this game should be pretty well over because once we get through this, we got super effectives onto both of his last 2 mons. So, game should be pretty well over. So again, Hamlin just talking more championship questions, see what he thinks his team will be capable of for the championship. And there we go. We got the KO, and now Phalanx comes in. And we just pretty much just dominate here. We do 2/3 health. He no retreats. He gets his defenses up and his speed up. He goes Iron Head, almost gets the KO, and we get the KO and the win. Let's go. Alright, well, we're starting to... I've had a pretty good winning streak going today with the random battles, so let's go ahead and try one more out while we're waiting. So again... Hopefully you guys don't mind. We're just kind of waiting rather than stopping and starting back up the stream at the for the new race. Trying this out. I've done some where I end up if I do 2 streams in one day. I've done them where I stop and start them in the to kind of segment them. Trying this one this way, just to see how it goes. If you guys prefer it separate, fine, I'll figure it out I'll do it for next time. I just didn't have enough time prepared to go and prepare 2 separate thumbnails for the 2, so because I was not prepared to be without my computer today. Because I was fully prepared that the part wasn't going to be in today, but they got the part in, so I went and... Alright, here we go. Dondozo. We've got the unaware ability. Let's go ahead and just wave crash this guy and see what happens. As if he stays in, we should be okay. If he switches out, we should be really good here. But there we go. Okay, he switches out, and oh wow, we do no damage to ourselves. Let's go. Alright, he's going to heal up quite a bit. But we end up doing a lot of damage to him. Alright, ooh, he got a high roll there, it looked like. Okay. Let's see if we can get some. Let's see if we can get an early boost here off. Oh, he tries to shell smash at that point. Is he just hoping for a miss? Because Glacial Lance can't miss. And there we go. We get our Moxie boost up. Was he hoping what? Was he hoping that we lock ourselves in? Because we're not locked in. Maybe he was hoping for us to trick room. But at that point, I don't know what he was really hoping for. Alright, well, we're going to take the Sacred Fire. We go down here, but we did significant damage. We pretty much leveled this game here. Question is, how fast is Ho-Oh? So, either of our two Pokemon there should be able to get the kill here. We do have Terra as an option. I'm going to go Surf here just to cover whatever comes in. Alright, Thunderbolt would have been a little bit more effective there. Alright, we should be just faster here. Let's go ahead, Liquidation. Yeah, it covers the potential of a switch in here. Oh yeah, Ho-Oh is Regenerator. I completely forgot about that. That's why he switched out. Alright, well, let's see. So he's got his boosts up. He's now going to try and maybe grass movie. We'll have to wait and see. Oh no, he's just power gem. Oh boy, that's not good. Well, we got one shot and it's going to be terastallizing, and honestly, I mean, yeah, our one hope is to terastallize so that we resist, and then I guess we'll just throw out the focus miss. Okay, well, we resisted, and I was right on the miss. I say, the Choice Scarf, because, yeah, this is our only hope, and we missed 2 in a row. Great. And that's how the match ends. Us missing 2 of those in a row. Yay. At least we didn't lose a ton of points there, but, what do we got? Another... Oh. Let's see. We'll do one more, it looks like, because we should have time as they're just going to commercial break. We should have plenty of time to get in another battle while they're at commercial. So again, we're getting ready here. The Clash of the Coliseum begins soon. So if you guys are here for that, don't worry. We're not just playing Pokemon for the next few hours. Alright, so we got that one. We got the knockout there. Weird that he didn't set up a Stealth Rock. He only set up Spikes. I don't know if that's just all he had, or if he realized that he just had no damage capable there. Alright, there we go. Alright, he brings in Kricketune to set up Sticky Web. We get our Stone Edge off. We're just completely crushing this guy on the attacks here. Oh, and I think they're getting ready to come back from commercial break as they are kicking off the LA Clash at the Coliseum. And this race is always a crazy one here. We're going to go ahead and pull this switch. Oh, perfect immunity there. And yeah, they're showing off. Yep, there we go. It is Clash of the Coliseum time. They're getting ready to close out race day and get ready to hand it off to the boys in the booth. So, again, we'll be flipping back over to the your regularly scheduled layout here. Alright, we actually didn't do too bad on that damage for a resisted hit. Alright, he goes Iron Defense. We just hope for a crit here and we win. And if not, we have to just try and survive one hit. We survived one hit. Good. We get the kill. And now we're up 3. So now we can essentially lose half our team and still be good. So here we go. They're talking to Ryan Blaney, who has to start from the tail end of the field here, which is going to be rough. And say, starting tail end of the field is never going to be easy, especially at the Clash at the Coliseum. This track is very narrow, but they're hoping to be able to make it happen here. Alright, let's go ahead and try this. Again, they're still talking to Ryan Blaney. Just trying to see if I can see anybody else in the background that I recognize, but it's just basically people in different hoodies and stuff, which I don't recognize as being a specific team. Alright, and now it's pretty much evened out, actually. This battle. Let's see. We're down. Oh wait, no, we're actually up 3-2 here. So there we go. And they go to another commercial break before we get to the race. Good old Fox. How did I know you guys were going to do another commercial break? Oh yeah, because you guys are greedy and will throw another commercial break right in the middle of a green flag stop. Alright, here we go. Let's see. Oof, that was not a good choice, and we're going to lose. Oh well, we lose and we end off this one. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this Pokemon segment while we flip back over to the to your regularly scheduled programming here. And there we go. Just go ahead and get rid of that, and get rid of that, and there we go. Alright, so we are here and ready for it. So let me go ahead and move this back over here and get ready for showtime here. Alright, well, hopefully you guys are excited. We are getting ready. Clash of the Coliseum is minutes away. Let's go ahead and see if anybody else over here. No, it doesn't look like anybody else over there is streaming, so. We do have a few people again. I kind of already went and pre-selected a couple people that we might look at rating at halftime. Again, if you guys weren't here during halftime, we'll be going and sharing some love to a couple other creators that are doing a pretty good job in attempting to cover this race as well. So, because it's not just me that does this. There's a lot of us. There's a lot of YouTubers who do this. So, try and share some love around. So, there we go. 150 laps, and gonna go ahead and shift the leaderboards here real quick. There we go. A little bit of extra white space, but actually, wait a minute. We might be able to layer this and make this look really cool. Give me a second, guys. Trying something out here. Let's see. There we go. That's pretty much perfect. There we go. So excited. Just gotta line this up perfectly. There we go. So there we go. We got everything. Oh wait. Oh no. We wanna. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and make one small change here. going to rename this one to Q for qualifying. Margins for... Oh, okay, that's going to change all of them because they were technically copies. Okay, well... Alright. We're going to go ahead and we want to capture time behind here. We're doing a little bit of live editing here on the fly. There we go. And that looks pretty much perfect. Okay, there we go. So, there we go. Time behind for that, and there we go. We got that looking just about perfect. I'm actually quite impressed with how this has all come together. I remember back last year when I was doing this. This was actually the first race I did on live race react to. And, yeah. Layout definitely has improved since then. Hopefully you guys think so too, but yeah, I feel a lot more comfortable in doing this now compared to how I was a full year ago here. So they're going through the starting lineup. So we got Hamlin and Logano sharing that front row. Logano, he won this race 2 years ago. Is he going to be able to find a way around Hamlin to win it this time? Ty Gibbs and Alex Bowman trying to win it from row 2. Kyle Busch, he's never won the Clash of the Coliseum. Could today be his day. Starts in row 3 alongside William Byron. Chastain and Larson round out row 4. And row 5 is Bubba Wallace and Justin Haley. That rounds out your top 10 as they flip away to the next page. So we got Keselowski and Elliott, row 7. The front row teammates sharing row number 8 here. Not quite the front row, but it's pretty good for them. Noah Gragson and Corey LaJoie rounding out row number 9. Truex and Stenhouse sharing row 10. John Hunter Nemechek and Chase Briscoe round out row number 11. And Ryan Blaney is all by his lonesome on row number 12. Let's go. Alright, so here we go. We'll start up the poll for the first half. Did we actually hit? Okay, yep, there we go. Alright, let's see. Who will be leading at halfway? We're going to go ahead and throw in Danny Hamlin. Joey Logano. Ty Gibbs. Or other. Alright, so there we go. Go ahead and let your opinion be known on who you guys think is going to win this, or not win the first, I guess it isn't technically a stage, but whoever you guys think is going to be leading at halftime, go ahead. Let your voice be heard. Go ahead and vote. Let us know who you guys think is going to be leading at halftime. So, we got 17 people hanging out in here already. Thank you guys for everybody that's tuned in. Of course, like and subscribe if you guys are new so you guys don't miss any future videos or live streams. We'll be doing these for pretty much every single NASCAR Cup Series race. And let's see. So, again, 150 laps tonight. We got, it'll be split into 2 groups. It'll be 75 and 75 with a concert break at halfway. Don't remember who the halftime show is Is it Machine Gun Kelly or is Machine Gun Kelly a Daytona 500 one? I think Machine Gun Kelly is this. Is a is the halftime here. So if you guys like Machine Gun Kelly, you guys will like this. Will like the halftime. All right, so there we go. We got that all set, and we are ready for the race. And it looks like, yeah, we got one vote for every category. Good job, guys. Nice and even. Not showing favoritism to any driver, although kind of wish that Joey Logano didn't have a vote, but hey, you know what? Everybody gets a vote here. And I'm just going to assume that all the votes for other mean that you're voting either Kyle Busch, McDowell, or Stenhouse, because those are my guys. But and Joey Logano just jumped to the top of the list. Okay, let's see. All right, who's the Logano fan in here? Oh, there we go. Other takes back the lead. Let's go. But yeah, that battle between Logano and Other for the lead in the vote, that's gonna be fun to watch. But yeah, who out there voted Logano? Let's see. Put up your hands if you guys went and voted Logano. Just want to talk. Nah, I'm just kidding. But yeah, it'll be fun. I'm gonna have a video. It was supposed to come out today, but again, computer trouble delayed it. So it'll be coming out probably Monday or Tuesday. But yeah, I'll be coming out with a video. Basically a beginner's guide to the NASCAR season. So if you guys don't have a favorite driver already picked out, between this race and that video, hopefully you guys will be able to decide on a favorite driver come Daytona. We got 2 weeks to Daytona, and then it will be that's gonna be a fun race. I can't wait. But yep. So number 2 car spun in practice. That's not really a big deal because practice is just practice. And Denny Hamlin surging there in the votes. Gets all the way up and ties itself with Other for the lead in the vote. Let's go. Alright, so the cars are rolling on track. Let's go. So you got the choose cone. Kind of looking at some of the cameras that they have. And yep, that brand new Toyota design got the pace car. Let's go. So the 2024 Toyota Camry pace car. I will say, again, it's gonna take time to get used to the new front ends here for both Ford and Toyota. As a Chevy being unchanged does kind of help, and it also kind of hurts seeing Chevy roll out the exact same Camaro and you got such drastically different looking race cars, at least in terms of looks. Again, we won't get to see much of the effect from the aero damage. So only green flag laps count in the main event. So when we get caution flags, those laps will not count under the caution flag. It's only green flag laps. So here we go. Pace car is off and green flag is out, and they are racing. And man, does it feel good to say we are racing in 2024. And Logano fires off from the top line here. He's gonna try, but Hamlin keeps his nose in there. But Logano with the drive off is going to be able to clear Hamlin into this corner. Hamlin continues to try and stuff his nose up the bottom here. You got Ty Gibbs who manages to clear Bowman on the top side there. They're all fighting it out here. Logano finally able to clear and get in front of Denny Hamlin for the corner, but Hamlin's not giving this fight up easy. These two drivers, and there we go. Yep, Logano runs wide, and there we go. Hamlin takes clear lead here. And now Logano's got the 54 to his inside. Ty Gibbs goes on by him. And, there we go. Big, hard shove from the 22 to the 54. Let's go. As I say, some nice, good, hard bumping and banging here. Joey Logano shoving pretty hard into the back bumper here at Gibbs. As I say, that's good old short track racing here. But Denny Hamlin manages to get away with the lead here. As we've completed the first 5 laps, and man, they are just flying by. Again, these first 75 laps just kind of absolutely disappear here. So Justin Haley managed to gain a spot there. McDowell up to 14th, and Blaney has gone absolutely nowhere since the drop of the green flag, and he is now a half lap behind the leader. In fact, he's going to be getting lapped here pretty soon if Hamlin keeps up the kind of pace he had in qualifying, because he was a rocket ship in qualifying. So here we go. Let's see. We got Ryan Preece and Kyle Larson fighting out in the mid-pack here. There is the battle they're deciding to show. It was actually Kyle Larson versus Justin Haley last year that ended up in some with some questionable contact before the race turned into chaos, but the race just ended up devolving into chaos, and I think that battle got lost in it, but that was one of the first ones that was really just kind of didn't like the way that looked. And ironically, those two drivers are right together again. I didn't even realize. That's Justin Haley right behind Kyle Larson here, trying to make that pass on track. Meanwhile, you got William Byron looking right behind Joey Logano, trying to make something happen, but once you get single file, it is very hard to make this pass happen. So Briscoe up to 18th place here. He is starting to make some ground up. Todd Gilliland dropping like a rock. Truex gets by McDowell in the mid-pack as well. So McDowell is slipping just a little bit here, but he's actually maintaining ground a lot better than I think a lot of people thought he would. And, Denny Hamlin just flying away here. Alright, it's actually working out pretty well here. Alright, here we go. So Ryan Preece, Martin Truex Jr. Alright, yeah, we got some decent results here going on. Alright, just kind of keeping a look up and down the field. Let's see, we got, again, Reddick's moved up to 13th place, although I think that's actually back from where he started the race. No, we got a battle here between Chastain and Bubba fighting it out for that final spot inside the top 10. Again, Bubba knows you can't wait around too long for something to come your way, because at this point, once you get single file, it is very tough to make a pass. I mean, we have not seen really, once they got single filed out, I don't think we've seen much for lead changes aside from maybe one or two lead changes as Ty Gilliland fell further and further back. I mean, these cars, they are absolutely flying around this Coliseum despite not really actually getting up to a ton of speed. Like, they're probably topping out at about, oh, there we go, not Elliott, but Logano, no, not Logano either. That's Ryan Blaney making his first pass of the day as they flipped over to Logano's car there. But, yeah, Blaney's got to absolutely be flying here. Oh, man. Here we go. So, yeah. We got the Stewart-Haas cars trying to make a name for themselves. Three of the four drivers here three of their four drivers made it to this top 22 event, despite I don't think any of their current drivers finished inside the top 20 in drivers' points last year. Although, granted, you did have Josh Berry, who was not on the team last year, nor was Noah Gragson. So, Noah Gragson was in Cup, though, last year. And the fact that he wasn't top 20 either makes it just that much more telling that something needed to change at that team. Now, granted, Kevin Harvick was in the top 10, but I think that had more to do with Kevin Harvick being Kevin Harvick than it did with Stewart-Haas actually being good. And speaking of Stewart-Haas being good, that looks like Noah Gragson, who is now at the tail end of the lead lap, and the leaders are catching him quick here as Kyle Larson finally makes his way around Ryan Preece, and now Ryan Preece is going to be under attack from Haley. Meanwhile, you got Chastain looking to the outside on Justin Haley. Man, everybody is just attack at this point. So Chastain's actually committed to trying to make this outside work, and he is going to dive around the outside as they cut away from that battle to show the leader finally catching the back of the field here. So they have caught Noah Gragson to try and lap him. Let's go. Here we go. Let's see. So, Hamlin here, and oh, is our leaderboard not working? Give me a second. Oh, no, wait, no. Oh, yeah, the other leaderboard is the one that's working. So stupid how that leaderboard doesn't really work the way it's supposed to. I mean, I wish it would, but I'm not going to worry about it right now. So, Noah Gregson, the first car to go a lap down here on the NASCAR season. The 2024 season starts with Noah Gregson a lap down. I'm sorry, Dad. I know you're a big fan of his, but he is the first car to go a lap down here in the 2024 season. As they go to their first commercial break, 32 laps in. Honestly, I'm actually kind of impressed that they made it 30 laps before they threw the first commercial break in here. So, there we go. Alright, here we go. Let's see. What do we got going on in chat here since we don't have an eye on the track at the moment? Let's see. Okay, we think Denny Hamlin's going to be the leader halfway. I think that's pretty safe. I think expecting anyone other than Logano, Gibbs, or Hamlin to get up there going to be a bit of a stretch for especially the first half, because without a restart, it's going to be really tough to make those passes, and right now you would have to pass 3 cars or more to get Byron or Kyle Busch up there. So let's see. As it does not appear like the top line strategy has worked for Ross Chastain, as he is slipping further and further back here. Alright, let's go ahead and get the secondary leaderboard up here so I can scroll up and down without messing up the screen capture. So Chastain is settled out in 10th place. Oh, nope, never mind. He's back in 13th place. Okay, yeah, he's slipped a lot further back than we thought. As I say, Bubba Wallace holding on to that top 10 spot. You got Elliott, Tyler Reddick, and Chastain, the 11th, 12th, and 13th place. So, you got some decent drivers in the field, but problem is when you got such a stacked lineup in the field, as I say, it makes it really hard to show what you got. Although I will say I'm very impressed with Justin Haley being able to qualify as well as he did. I mean, it's hard. I don't think we really got a great sense of who was good or who was bad at this race last year. So I would certainly say that this is a harder one to judge off of. Just because you perform well here doesn't mean you'll perform well at a similar looking track like Martinsville. So I think that'll be the big thing, is how does this end up? How does the Clash at Coliseum parallel up to some of the other races in the season? And here we go. They're back from commercial break and ready to see that hopefully nothing has significantly has changed. Although it looks like John Hunter Nemechek has now gone a lap down. So Nemechek becomes the next car to go a lap down. And Kyle Busch made a pass for 4th place on William Byron somehow. Was not expecting that to be the pass to be the first pass inside the top 5 today. But hey, you know what? If it works, it works here. So let's see. Into the back bumper, and Ty Gibbs is just hounding the back bumper here of his teammate. Denny Hamlin, we know what he's done to teammates in the past. If you guys don't remember, Martinsville in 2022, his final year in Xfinity, he went and moved his teammate out the way to try and win a race when his teammate needed to win that race to make the championship 4. Certainly wasn't thinking big picture at the very least, and it wasn't the kind thing to do either. But hey, he's a race car driver. He's out there to win for his team. But in the end, you don't want to ruin your relationships with the rest of the field. Although, here we go. Hamlin is up the track, and they are in 2 wide traffic here. Ty Gibbs takes the lead. There we go. Ty Gibbs takes the lead. Logano also now to the inside on Denny Hamlin. Okay, let's see. You know, say, what is Ty Gibbs gonna do to try and help his teammate get in the line? Is there anything that you can do as the lead car here to try and help your teammate get in the line behind you? I mean, aside from driving really fast to create a good gap, I mean, maybe you can brake check Logano to try and help your teammate get into the bottom line, but there's not much you can really do. Although, there we go. Denny Hamlin is able to get in front, although there's that chrome horn from Joey Logano as he just rams that bumper right into the back of the 11. So, as I said, this is turning into a pretty good race. Hopefully, you guys are enjoying it. Alright, let's see. So, now Ty Gibbs has to try and start lapping some cars himself. He got by Gillen fairly, pretty much no trouble. Now he's up to LaJoy, who's 19th place. They're already starting to lap a significant amount of people. 55 laps in. This race is flying by. Wow. Are you kidding me? We're only gonna be at like 2 hours by halftime in the race, and that includes streaming the entire pre-race too. Wow. I will say this kind of the timing of this race feels really nice for kind of a for the preseason, but I can't wait for the 500 going 3, 4, maybe even 5 hours long. We'll have to wait and see exactly how long that race is. And I haven't done the Coke 600 before. Oh, there we go, up the inside. There's a big move from Kyle Busch. Puts the move on his former teammate, Denny Hamlin. And now Denny Hamlin in the outside lane. He is just trying to hang on for whatever he's got. Kyle Busch up to third. Kyle Larson to fourth. Hamlin fighting with Byron right now for fifth. But it looks like Byron's probably going to win that one too. So now Ty Gibbs has got a very comfortable lead. He's got a 2.5 second gap between himself and Logano. And 2.5 seconds might as well be a mile at this point. Okay, not actually, because a mile would be 4 laps, but still. Kyle Busch working his way through this traffic as well. And once Kyle Busch gets to Logano, you know Kyle Busch isn't going to hold back on Logano. Those two have a pretty well-established rivalry here. So, let's see. We got Denny Hamlin, Logano, Ty Gibbs, and other for the vote. Looks like Denny Hamlin currently has 50% of the vote, although other probably should be pretty much rising considering the speed and momentum here from Kyle Busch. I mean, there's a long way a lot of ground to cover before that halfway here. Alright, here we go. Let's see. What's it going to end up looking like here? Xfinity Series fastest lap. So the fastest lap so far of the night were Hamlin and Ty Gibbs, the top two. Then you got Larson, Kyle Busch, and Bubba Wallace turning one of the fastest laps of the night. I'm impressed by Bubba Wallace in the middle of the pack. He's 9th place, and he turned one of the top 5 best laps of the night. There we go. And the 54 is now caught the back bumper of Brad Keselowski there. I had to remember who the number 6 was. But Brad Keselowski, that's a former series champion that Ty Gibbs has now caught the back bumper of. But he's got nearly a 3-second gap here between himself and Logano. I mean, there is nothing really between. Logano's gonna have no shot. He's basically just counting down to the comp caution here at the halfway, and then they're gonna have that concert. So again, hopefully you guys are enjoying this. If you guys are, stick around. We'll be doing plenty more of these throughout the season. Got Kyle Busch inching closer to that back bumper of Logano. The question is, will Kyle Busch make the move on Logano before halfway? Is he gonna let Logano just kind of feel it out here throughout the first half? And it's lap 71. Only 4 laps to go here. And we got a caution flag. Caution flag is out. Todd Gilliland is turned backwards, and we are going to have a restart here. And Ty Gibbs is going to have to fight for his life for the final 4 laps of this halfway here. So, again, laps will not be counted. The caution laps are not going to count. So we got a long caution flag period here. Let's see. So yeah, it looked like he just got on the brakes early and looked like just some wheel hop, which is a fairly standard practice at short tracks when you get on the brakes. That rear wheel just hopping a little bit as you get into the corner, and they're pointing to maybe even some brake fluid there on the 34 car. He's definitely gonna need some help getting off that wall. Here we go. Let's see. Yeah, man. It has been a long day. Alright, let's see. What do we got? One other thing I wanted to check is I want to check how this stream is performing compared to some of the other ones from last year. And so the video we put out earlier today is doing pretty well. We're almost back. We're within 20 subscribers of 2,500. Let's go. Would love to see us hit that record tonight. Let's see. Record reviews on a live stream. Looks like right now this one's at 99. Let's see. Where would that rank it? Wait, 99 views. It's well over that. It's at 800. Okay, 800 would put it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh yeah, that would put it quite a ways down, but hey, you know what? Not bad. Definitely better than last year's Clash did. I mean, I think the only ones that did better were Daytona 500 qualifying, and then like the plate tracks, and for whatever reason, Gateway also did well. But hey, it's doing pretty well for a stream. As I say, certainly loving the amount of engagement from you guys in the comment section. That's probably my favorite part of streaming, is when I get to go ahead and just kind of sit here and talk with you guys on camera for a while. Especially like this format is pretty much my ideal race format. I will say I wish that we had a little bit of a bigger track, because this track is a little small for being able to do much of anything. But as I say, the ability to kind of talk and not have to worry during the caution flags, because there's absolutely no laps turning. So even if somebody were to, I mean, I guess you could theoretically come into the pits, but there's no pit lane. So what you got is what you got here for the first half. And let's see what's it going to end up being like. And I doubt they're going to be allowed any changes at halftime. So, question is, what is Kyle Busch going to do from third here to try and win this, or get the lead by halfway? Is there anything Kyle Busch can do to try and get that lead? I think Kyle Busch's best bet would be to push, would be to have Logano get another good launch off the top, and then push Ty Gibbs into him to where they end up bumping into each other, shoving each other up the track in the corner. Problem is, you don't want to do it too hard, otherwise they will know that it's you and they will come back and try and get you back for it. So the hard part is trying to pay them back, or trying to hit them enough to pay them to move them up the track, but without making yourself a target for the entire second half. And now they're talking about William Byron here, sitting in 5th place. Started his career on a computer playing iRacing, and now he's on track looking for a Clash win. He's already gotten 10, I believe, Cup Series wins, if I'm not mistaken. He's now in the double-digit club for NASCAR Cup Series drivers. So let's go. So there we go. All right. Definitely the odds on the who's going to be leading at halfway is certainly taking a bit of a twist here. I can't wait to see how that goes. All right, here we go. 5. Okay, it's going to be 5 to go when they take the green and they're getting ready for the choose cone. Let's see. Are we going to see both of those two take the bottom potentially and leave Kyle Busch open to take the top and fight for it? Let's see. What's it going to be? And Fox, are you kidding me? That's like the worst possible camera, maybe second worst possible camera angle that you could have done if that was indeed choose cone time. I don't think it was. I think they're going to take another lap before they go and choose, but the in-car camera, the in-car camera facing the driver would be worse, but the in-car camera is not to be used when you're getting ready for the choose cone. I was gonna say, it is meant to be used literally during the, there we go, choose. So, deciding inside and outside. So, here we go. Now they're coming to use it. There we go. Let's see, is the light's going to come off on the pace car here? Alright, there we go. Yeah, alright, yep, there you go. Inside, outside, inside, outside. Larson takes the inside, though. He could have gained a row further forward, but he decides to start behind Kyle Busch instead. Potentially planning on using Kyle Busch as a battering ram to maybe open up the bottom lane for himself to slide on through as well, but I don't know. We'll have to wait and see here. So far, Ty Gibbs has been able to lead 21 of the 70 laps completed so far. We got 5 laps to go when we go green here, and it is going to be a fight. 5 laps to the next yellow. And we've only had 1 caution in the first half, which, hey, you know what? Major credit to these NASCAR guys. They have managed to make it a full lap, or a full 70 laps here with only 1 caution, and it wasn't even a multi-car crash. Considering how recent clashes have gone, I think this race last year was 16 yellows in the second half. Or it might have been 16 yellows total, but we'll have to wait and see. Here we go. Green, green, green. Green flag's out. We're back to racing. But regardless, you do not want to end up... Oh, there we go. 3 wide for Kyle Busch. He's trying to make it, but... that's just going to allow Joey Logano to close the door there. And now it's Kyle... Oh, we got a caution. We got a caution on the racetrack, and they are supposedly not scoring it. I don't know. They are showing a caution, but I guess no. Never mind. They were, I guess, just showing the wrong thing up on the wrong thing up on the screen. I just thought my graphics were behind on my computer. But yeah, right now though, Kyle Busch is gonna try and track down Joey Logano here to try and win this, get the halfway, lead at halfway. But it looks like it's gonna be Logano. And yep, there we go. Kyle Busch has no way to catch him here. Logano leads at halfway. Kyle Busch, Ty Gibbs, Larson, Byron, your top 5. Hamlin comes home 6th. Wallace, 7th. Reddick, 8th. 9th. Bowman, and oh no. John Hunter Nemechek gets spun backwards as they go. And there's the caution for halfway. Nemechek gets spun. But I was gonna say Bowman and Truex round out your top 10 finishers here in the first half. So there we go. Joey Logano gets the halfway win there. So Joey Logano wins at halfway. Now let me know some of your guys' predictions for who you guys think is gonna win this race, and maybe you'll see that their names pop up on the poll here at the end of the race. I think Kyle Busch. For the second half here. So, yeah, just watching this one. I mean, Kyle Busch, he tried to make it 3 wide, but ultimately, by the time he got in there, Logano had already gotten clear, and there was no way he was going to be able to win that one. And Logano was just too good at managing for the lead, and Kyle Busch just did not have enough laps left to make something happen. And it wasn't the last 5 laps of the race, so... if you go and do something now, you don't want to get paid back later for it. Oh. Wait, whoa, wait a minute. Whoa. We are going to have a 1-lap restart for the... Are you kidding me? We're about to have a one-lap shootout for the halfway. Are you kidding me? This is about to be insane. This is about to be certifiably insane. Let's go. Can't wait for this to be literally insane. Let's see what's going to happen here. Again, you got Denny Hamlin and his two drivers lining up behind him. Curious to see what ends up happening. I thought that was gonna be the end, but no, we got one more lap to go. So Logano and Busch are gonna have to fight this one out. You got Kyle Busch's crew chief up there in the grandstands up there in section 12. If any of you guys happen to be listening to this at the race and you want to go bug someone, don't do that one. Find anybody else, actually. I'm sure they have a specific section of the grandstands that are marked off for spotters/crew chiefs. Normally the crew chiefs would all be on the pit box and on the infield, but there's not pit boxes. Or really even much of an infield. And there we go. It's going to be Logano taking the inside. Kyle Busch is going to try and make it work on the outside. Ty Gibbs and Larson taking the bottom. Then you got Byron and Hamlin taking the top. So it's going to be a fight. Can't wait to see what it ends up looking like here. You got Ford on Chevy on the front row. Then you got Toyota Chevy on the second row. You do have two Chevys lined up on the top line, so theoretically you could make something work if you can. If you're gonna end up coordinating it. Although at this point you don't really have anything you can do to try and make this work better here. Here we go, getting ready for the they already did the choose, so now it'll be green next time. Green next time. Let's see what it's gonna be like. A one-lap shootout at the Coliseum for halfway. I don't know if you could get more exciting than that. And let's see. Let's say off of turn number 4 into the Geico restart zone, and green flag is out, and they are racing once again. And let's see, Logano was really good from the top line. Can he? Oh, he's even better from the bottom line there. Kyle Busch now is stuck on the outside of 3 wide here as he gets shoved wide, and Kyle Larson is able to take second place away here. It looks like it'll be. So yeah, there we go. Looks like the final score at halfway will be Logano, Larson, Ty Gibbs, William Byron, Kyle Busch cycled back to 5th place there. Hamlin, Bubba Wallace, Bowman, Reddick, and Chastain rounding out your top 10. Truex and Justin Haley, the guys just outside that top 10. So actually a pretty good, overall a pretty good shootout. I thought it was going to be a lot more chaotic and messy than that, but that's actually a lot better than I thought it would be, so. Alright, here we go. Let's see, so they're going into halfway. Let's go ahead and see what we got going on. We have broken 900 viewer mark, or we've had 900 views pop in throughout the stream. Thank you guys for everybody that's popped in. Of course, if you guys know anyone who's a NASCAR fan, feel free to share the stream with them. Again, we'll be doing these all season long, so we're only just starting here in the Coliseum. Alright, so that would actually put this stream up amongst one of the best that we've ever done here on YouTube. Let's see. It would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. It'd be our 23rd best stream ever. Not bad. I mean, especially when all the other races ahead of it are all from or all the other streams ahead of it are all the races from last year. So, I mean, certainly not a bad when you're constantly having to compete with yourself and your recent history for your records. If I was still having to compete with a stream from like 3-4 years ago, then I'll start maybe being a little bit disappointed with 23rd. With a 23rd best stream. Although, honestly, any stream where you're getting this much support is honestly amazing. Thank you guys for everybody that's joined in throughout this stream. Again, we're at halftime here. We're going to be going and raiding a couple of smaller streamers. So let me go ahead and refresh this page and go see who all is streaming this that we can maybe go and surprise with a few viewers here. Let's see. Let's see. I'm gonna try and find gonna go ahead and try and find somebody with a few less viewers than we have. Alright, I think this will be our first raid here, so I'm gonna go ahead and copy the link. Oh, they're not there. I'm gonna poke my head into this stream and just see it when they'll be right back. Okay, they're coming back, so yeah. Hey guys, so again, if you guys haven't been a part of a raid before, the practice is way more common on Twitch, but I'll be dropping a link in the chat, and we're gonna go ahead and pop on over there. Just go with the hashtag. I guess we'll go Ryan Raid if you guys want to go ahead and do that. So again, go over to this channel. It's just a random person who's streaming this. Go ahead, show them some support with the like button. Subscribe if you guys like their content, and yeah, we'll go ahead and spread the love around here as they go to as we get the halftime show getting ready to start up here. So there's the link. Go ahead and support them. All right, so there we go. Alright, so yeah, we're going and just popping in there. So hashtag Ryan Raid, sending love. Alright, there we go. So, popping in there. Hopefully everybody else will hop in there as well. Boost up their channel a bit. Get them some engagement. Get the algorithm going for them. Alright, there we go. So, pop in. Again, try and boost up everybody's engagement a little bit. So, we'll pop in. Maybe do 2 or 3 more here. So, alright. So, there we go. Alright, do live audio and chat. Okay, definitely not doing that one. I'm trying to especially highlight people who are actually following the NASCAR rules, or not the NASCAR rules, but the YouTube rules of showing the correct stuff. So, actually, you know what? I'm at this guy Charlotte. We're gonna go ahead and pop into Freeman Motorsports. He's got a lot more viewers than me right now, and he's actually a bigger channel too. But we'll pop in, go ahead and surprise him with a few viewers as well. Freeman Motorsports, I met him at the Coke 600, so we'll go ahead and pop in here. So again, hashtag Ryan Raid, guys. We'll go ahead and again surprise some of these guys with some viewers, maybe a little bit of an engagement buff. Hit the like button and subscribe again if you guys like their content. I personally really enjoy this guy's content, so maybe we can go ahead and get him a little bit of a boost there. So let's go ahead. I want to actually get my earbuds out so I can actually hear his reaction. So I don't actually have my earbuds within reach because they're in my primary earbuds are in the other room. So let's go ahead and hashtag Ryan Raid. There we go. So we'll go ahead and drop the raid over there. Again, guys, go ahead and follow that link to go ahead and pop in on Freeman Motorsports' channel there. They got 3.5 3.5K subscribers. I happen to be one of them. Again, I met up with this guy at the Charlotte 600 here, so there we go. We got ourselves. Alright, he's got the full analytics there. So if you guys are more of a numbers nerd, maybe that's your vibe. Go ahead and hang out with him. And yeah, so we might go ahead and do at least one more here for halftime there. But yeah, so popped in there, and let's go ahead and do one more here. Alright, let's go ahead and see live. And let's see. Filter by won't let us sort by most or least live viewers, so we'll just keep scrolling here and see commentary crew, live reaction. We'll go ahead and do this one here. Again, I'll try and raid different people each time so that we're not just boosting up the same like 3 or 4 creators every time as well. But for this one, I wanted to make sure I got Freeman Motorsports in because I know he does this same thing. So there we go. There's the link to this last guy. And we will go ahead and pop in there and yeah, let's go ahead and go with the Ryan raid. Alright, let's go ahead and make this actually look like a decent hashtag. There we go. And there we go. So I just dropped, hopefully you guys will drop in there. Subscribe again. He's got the full analytics again if you guys are one of those numbers nerds who likes to look at the full numbers there. But yeah, I figure drop in some viewers into their stream. Hopefully, you guys they'll appreciate the bump in people. All right, here we go. Alright, so yeah, again, we're at halftime right now. There's plenty of racing still to come. We've gotten 75 laps down, 75 to go. And, man, I mean, the total race time, only 17 minutes to get through the first half of the race. I mean, the fact the whole race could be done in half an hour is impressive. So, yep, there we go. Small little boost there. Hopefully a little bit can go a long way in terms of the subscriber department there. So, yep, there we go. It's a couple of raids there at halftime. So, again, if you guys want to go ahead and check out any of those creators, links will still be in the chat if you guys want to go check them out when we get back to racing. But, yep, as I say, we're going to just go ahead and talk here. It looks like we got... Let's say they've got the in-car camera on Kyle Busch, and now they're up to the Hollywood Hotel looking thing. So again, Kyle Larson actually managing to make a big gain there on the stopwatch, on that short run. Managed to make it 3 wide on the outside of Kyle Busch and make it work there. So they've pulled all the cars down pit road. They've stopped them. All the drivers still in the cars though. Alright, here we go. So let's see. How many laps down do we got? Is everybody here? So, Todd Gilliland 7 laps down. Don't know if he even returned to the race after his issue. Then we got Noah Gragson 3 laps down. Nemechek and Stenhouse both only 1 lap down. Alright. looks pretty even. So we should be, and again, we should be looking forward to a pretty good race here coming down the stretch. And we're about to pass the 1,000 view mark. There we go. Yeah, say, vaulting this stream back up into that same caliber with some of the great streams we've had in the past. And say, Chicago Street Course ended up being another one of those to break the 1,000 mark. What race was this? Oh, the Texas Xfinity race. Why did that one end up popping off? Wonder why. And say, then the most confusing race name in history, the Xfinity 500 from Martinsville, the NASCAR Cup race. Pennzoil 400 last spring, for whatever reason, just, that was one of my first streams to really pop off doing this. Then we had a couple of streams from the track, like the Roval practice and stuff. So we've had some pretty good streams, and hoping to have a lot more here in 2024. I appear to be out of water, though. I'm gonna go run and grab a Gatorade real quick, and I will be right back, guys. Alright, here we go. Alright, we're back, and we are ready for the second half, hopefully. I don't know where we're at in terms of NASCAR's halftime coverage with the concert and stuff, but alright, they're going through the ones to watch. I think Larson is going to have to be one to watch after that move that he made. Curious to see what he'll be able to do, because Logano actually looked very good from that inside, from the inside spot. Oh, there we go. Cars are rolling. Okay, we're right back into the action. Let's go. Right back into the action. Let's rock and roll. All right. They're talking about Kevin Harvick going the wrong way, and I mean, hey, you know what? To the booth might be the wrong way. Although, granted, I don't think being in the car was really helping him any. I mean, he's still a certified Hall of Famer. He'll be in the Hall of Fame in 2-3 years whenever he's finally eligible. Of course, we actually have an active Hall of Famer who will be actively on the racetrack for about a third of the races this year with Jimmy Johnson and the 84 team for Legacy Motor Club. But yeah, everybody's out there and we're rolling. We got 54 on track. We got a lot of people popping out onto the track. There we go. Hopefully you guys are excited. Alright, let's see. So yeah, they're just showing that move 3 wide up the... Oh yeah, it was 3 wide up the inside, not 3 wide around the outside for Larson. So Larson basically just did what Kyle Busch wanted to do, except for Busch tried to do it to the leader and it didn't work. Larson ended up doing it to second and it worked off well enough at least. So there we go. Alright, here we go. So we're getting ready for the second half here, and they're showing the rain. It's popping up a little bit close, but it should be plenty far enough away. So here we go. Yeah, the weather is half. The weather is halfway, or they're already halfway, so the weather can't end this race, or could end this race at any point if the weather does pop up again. Based on the radar, I wouldn't be overly worried about it, but who knows? Anything could happen at any time here. Alright, here we go. Whew. So Kyle Busch definitely the one who fell back the most on that final one-lap shootout there. And it looks like they're doing the choose cone there, and everybody's going inside, outside, inside, outside. A couple of people 2 in a row there to the inside, 2 in a row to the outside potentially. But it looks like, for the most part, most people are just kind of valuing being that as far ahead as they can be here. Now let's see, can Kyle Larson... Larson chose to start on the inside here. I mean, I guess he saw it not work out for Kyle Busch here, but let's see. But they're showing some of the highlights from some of the heat races from years past where Kevin Harvick got into a push and shove battle between a bunch of different people. Got into a pushing and shoving match with Gilliland last year, Cindric. He ended up shoving the 24 and 11 cars around. And I'd say some real a lot of pushing and shoving. I'd love to see what Boyer would have looked like out here. And let's see. Larson opts to start on the inside. Oh yeah, Larson's gonna try that 3 wide up the inside move again, but this time he ends up stuck in second place as oh wait, no, there we go. Logano gets moved up the top side here, and Larson to the bottom. Is Larson about to go ahead and show us why he is the master here? Let's say Logano trying to fight his best off that top line. I don't know if it's going to be enough, though. Larson... Oh, and we got Elliott slow in the backfield. Or, I say in the backfield. In the back of the field. And we got the caution flag out, and it's Logano and Larson, 1-2. So, Logano holds on to the first place for now. We'll have to wait and see where that ends up placing everybody at the end of all this, but it's definitely not how Larson wanted that to go. Because I think Larson felt like he was pretty close to getting by Logano there. Oh yeah, and Bubba Wallace also went for a spin there, so it was Bubba... looked like the 1 car, the 34, and the 7 all got collected there after contact between Bubba Wallace and his teammate, the 45. And then everybody else just stopped to avoid crashing, and somehow they all managed to get away scratch-free there. Alright, oh yeah, we forgot to do the poll for second half. Well, luckily we're not very far into the second half here. Who will win the BuschLightClash at the Coliseum? There we go. Will it be Joey Logano? Alright, let's see. Will it be Kyle Larson? And, okay. Oh, looks like at the time of caution, maybe Larson was ahead, or at least at the time of the first spin. But I don't know if the caution was even for Elliott at this point. I'm starting to think it might have been for somebody up for the rest of the cars that spawned. so there we go. There's the poll for the second half. Go ahead and vote and let your guys' voice be heard. Who you guys think's going to win this race? Do we think it's going to be Logano? Do we think it's going to be somebody else? Do we think it's going to be Larson? Larson looked strong. Can Larson find a way to win this thing? If McDowell finds a way to win this thing, I'll be shocked. Considering at this point, McDowell has been spun out and he's now 17th. And passing that many cars is not going to be an easy task by any stretch. Alright, here we go. I believe they're doubled up and ready to go. Larson once again choosing the inside behind Logano. Let's go ahead and see. Also, for those of you guys who freed up all your calendar on Sunday to go ahead and watch the Clash of the Coliseum, don't worry, I will still be streaming that, or I will be streaming something tomorrow as well. Keep an eye out. But here we go. Back to Green Flag Racing. Green. More on that later. But here we go. Logano. Oh, and we got somebody trying to take Kyle Larson 3 wide. That was Tyler Reddick trying to take Kyle Larson 3 wide, which took that momentum away. And the Busch Light car there for the one car brings out the caution flag yet again. And it looks like it's going to be Logano maintaining the lead somehow. What? Had they just not crossed a scoring loop yet or something? Because how did Gibbs not get the lead there? He had the lead by a country mile. Let's see. What happened and where was it? Like, when did it happen? So, yeah, that bumper did not really help anything because it was the rear bumper that ended up causing anything. Yeah, I mean, that was hard to even keep track of what happened even in slow motion. Oh! And Stenhouse and McDowell are getting into it. No, come on, no. I don't want to have to pick sides between you two. Come on, no. Don't be fighting. Of course, my two of my favorite drivers on the track are fighting with each other. That's great. Come on, guys. Don't fight. I don't want to have to go and break up the fight here between the two of you. And it looks like they're moving Reddick to the back of the field. Alright, here we go. Let's see. Yeah, why are they moving them backwards a bit? Oh, okay, yeah, because he pulled out line before he got to start-finish line. Okay, that's why he's getting moved to the back. Okay, yep. Just figured it out. It took me a minute to figure out why they were moving him to the back, but there we go. And here we go. Let's see. I hope that McDowell and Stenhouse will play nice together on this final, or not on this final restart. Well, it probably isn't the final restart. It could be, but it probably won't be. Alright, let's see. Let's see what's going to happen for Larson here. Can Larson find his way around Logano? Will Kyle Busch try and make the move that Larson did on him? let's see. We got the, we got the spotter cam again. We're back up in the grandstands. We got the people on with the headsets. Let's see what's going to end up happening. Crew Chief Booty Barker there for Bubba Wallace. Is the person they're highlighting right now. I'm going to say Booty looks very much in control right now. And let's see. Is it choose cone time here? Let's see. So Ty Gibbs takes the bottom. Okay, so Ty Gibbs is control car, it looks like. I'm not sure why that's not being reflected here, because, yeah, that's Ty Gibbs definitely is control car here. So there we go. And yeah, that's still not showing Larson or him as the leader. And so depending on how late this race goes, I might stay up and try and do the Mexico race as well. Also depending on if you guys have any interest in watching the Mexico series. But say if this race goes much past like 10 o'clock, I gotta get to bed because I got work in the morning. So alright, here we go. Let's see. Gibbs and Logano on the front row. Let's see. And there we go. They're off. Green, green, green. Gibbs, Logano, Hamlin, Byron, the top four. Okay. Kyle Busch got shuffled way back on that caution flag. And there we go. Everybody just trying to use that bottom lane to their advantage. Oh, and big pile of smoke there behind Ryan Preece, it looked like. And now you got Hamlin trying to fill that hole where Kyle Busch is also trying to battle to get there first. And Kyle was able to end up beating Hamlin there. Let's see. So Kyle Busch up to 5th here. Let's see. Oh no, it was Truex with a lot of smoke that time. Okay, Truex with a lot of smoke here. Alright, let's see. Oh, big push here into the back bumper of Logano. It's Kyle Larson. Larson on Logano. Let's see. Are we going to see contact a lot more? Let's see. A little bit more there. Another big push to the rear end. And not able to get him squirrely. Again, you're trying to apply enough pressure to where you move them. But not enough to where you end up just flat out spinning them out. It's a very delicate balance to try and hit. And honestly, I think sometimes some of these drivers are intentionally trying to go a little bit harder. Alright, here we go. So Hamlin versus Preece here for 6th. Battle for 6th and 7th here is on. Let's go. Hamlin's the one trying to fight on the outside right now. But Ryan Preece is kind of boxed in by the 18 as well, or by the 8 car as well. And there we go. Yep, the 11 gets down in front of him. Alright, here we go. Let's see. We're at 88 laps already. Wow, we were clicking them off, but Ty Gibbs has built up a massive lead here. Let's go. So, Ty Gibbs has built up a big enough lead right now. He can just kind of lean back and relax here. Probably grab a nice cold beverage. Go ahead and continue just pulling away here. Up to 90 laps completed here. And say if Ty Gibbs wins this tonight, what will that do for his confidence level going forward? I mean, seriously, the kid's confidence is already massive, Like, will winning this race do anything other than just inflate that ego to no end? And here we go, let's see. Logano did actually close in that last lap on him. Yeah, Logano's actually making this gap a little smaller each lap, but problem is there's not a lot of laps, although I say that, there's still over 50 to go here. Alright, let's see what we got going on. Alright, again, let me know who you guys think is going to win this race. We got a pretty decent battle for every spot except for the lead right now. Got Truex holding off. Truex trying to hold off Kyle Busch here. And they got a commercial break here, a side-by-side commercial though, so we still got an eye on what's going on here. Alright, here we go. Alright, let's see, what do we got going on? Alright, let's see. Again, so that gap between Logano, I'm saying, it's starting to stabilize between Logano and Gibbs too, so it's looking like Logano isn't really closing in a ton on Gibbs compared to what it looked like a few minutes ago. And say, it might just be a race at next caution flag or a race at next lap car here. Alright, man, here we go. Let's see. I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna say, if we got another full screen commercial break, I would end up going and using the bathroom, but this commercial break's pretty much already over. As Blaney's starting to make some moves here, he goes and passes up William Byron there. Let's go. Alright, let's see. Again, like Larson and Logano were both just fading away extremely quickly in the back of the Gibbs mirror. Alright, here we go. Let's see. Again, even Larson's starting to lose Logano a bit, and Kyle Busch is all over him. Hard to understand what on earth is going on here, and Ty Gibbs caught the lap cars already. Wow. Alright, here we go. Let's see. So again, oh, there we go. Kyle Busch got by Larson. There we go. And now Hamlin up the inside on Larson. There we go. We're starting to make some moves. Larson getting shuffled out. Alright, there we go. And now Truex to the inside on Larson. And it's just going to continue to keep happening. And here we go. Back to full screen. Let's go. See, right now, Ty Gibbs has got a very sizable lead on everybody else. Say, even Logano's got a sizable lead on everybody but Ty Gibbs, so. So, here we go. 40 laps to go. Wow, we're actually, this is actually chugging through pretty quickly here. So, we got Ryan Blaney in 7th. He's making his way up to... Wow, he's actually made his way through the entire field. Wow, that's actually really impressive. I hadn't even noticed, but, yeah, Blaney's been on the move here. He's gotten his way all the way up to 7th here. Alright, here we go. Let's see. So Logano's closing in on Gibbs, but Busch is not closing in on him either right let's see. 37 laps to go. 37 more times around. And let's see. How much higher are we going to see this, are we going to see this gap end up? Logano is actually closing in that gap to the lead, actually, significantly here. Kyle Busch is still 4 seconds back, but Logano is only 2 back, so Logano versus Gibbs for the win could end up being the game. Alright, here we go. Let's see. Oh, man. Yeah. Wish I had some heat races to try and build this up, because this was pretty good racing, but 33 laps to go, and Gibbs is just kind of pulled away, and he's going to try and run and hide here. Oh, there we go. Chastain right into the back of the 51 car. There we go. There's some action. I was going to say, Chastain getting really impatient here in the slower traffic here. He's in behind Brad Keselowski, and the 54 Gibbs is gaining. Not to mention the 54 Gibbs is also Alright, here we go. 30 laps to go. And that's it. Logano has chopped that lead significantly. It is now only 1 second between the leader. Here we go. Battle for the lead is absolutely closing in right away here. And that's it. It's gonna take some work from Logano, but it could happen here. Alright, here we go. Let's see. Again, Bubba Wallace versus Briscoe. So we got a highlight here on the battle for 8th. Alright, well, let's go ahead and see what we got. So Hamlin's made his way all the way up to 3rd. There we go. So Denny Hamlin making it work. Both up 2 spots. Here we go. The 47 is all over that back bumper of the 54, but they're on different laps. That 21 car is still being used as a buffer. Alright, here we go. Let's see. Again, if Gibbs can just break free of some of these lap cars, he could absolutely just dominate here. Whew, man. It has been a long night, that's for sure. Been up since like 3, 4 in the morning. And what on earth can Ty Gibbs do at this point? He is... Oh, I just realized who he's trying to lap. He is trying to lap the 1. Alright, here we go. And yeah, I was gonna say, Gibbs is just hammering away on the back bumper of Chastain here, trying to make something happen, and I don't know, it just isn't working yet. And Logano now has gotten through all that lap traffic that he had, so now it's all a game of who can get through this lap traffic first. Alright, here we go. Alright, Ty Gibbs able to get by both Chastain and Preece in that run. Then say one move made it by both of them, and now that puts 2 cars in between Logano and Gibbs for the race lead here. Alright, here we go. Let's see. I mean, Again, there's just not much going on the racetrack. I mean, Gibbs just kind of managing this lead. He goes around the slow car there. Justin Haley. Man, that 54 or that 51 car, I mean, is having a real hard time. And yep, there we go. Haley tries to pull it behind the wall here as we got 13 laps to go. We only have 13 laps left in this Coliseum race. And say, without a caution flag, I think we're going to see the end of Justin Haley's bid to win this 12 laps to go here. And say, there's not a lot of time left. Let's see. Can Logano make it happen here? 11 to go. 11 more laps to go. Alright, here we go. Let's see it. Oh, we got a caution flag. Oh, and it's Michael McDowell backwards. No. No. Michael McDowell backwards. Come on. Alright, well, let's go again, and let's see what this is going to end up looking like here. Alright, here we go. 10 to go on the restart. Oh. Yep. McDowell, I think, just blocked up in front of Chastain. I mean, not much really to say there. So, yeah, Chastain just turned right up in front. Oh, yeah. Hard to tell if he moved up in front of Chastain or Chastain just ran him over. The truth is probably some combination of the two, but I don't want to believe it, so. Yeah, it looked like some combination of the two. Alright, here we go. Let's see. So, 10 laps to go here. Let's see what it's going to be. Again, none of these caution laps are going to count, so it's all about the green flag laps. What can... Oh, and there we go. Justin Haley has gotten out of his car, and he is walking away. He looks dejected here, but the BuschLightClash of the Coliseum is getting ready for the finale here as we get ready. And yeah, I'm definitely not doing a second race tonight at this rate. I'm getting tired and I know these names. But, yeah, it looked like Ty Gibbs was just going to pull away to that win if it weren't for the caution flag flying. But now with this caution flag, there's a fresh chance for Kyle Busch or someone else to try and shake this race up here. Alright, here we go. Let's see. Oh yeah, don't want to forget to grab my 50 points for checking in for the race. Alright, here we go. Alright, let's grab my NASCAR rewards points. Don't want to forget about them. I'm going to try and remember to grab them every single race. And wow, we've actually had very few cautions. I'm kind of surprised by that. Well, we had one caution right before the end of the halfway, and then we had, what, 2 cautions since, so a total of, like, what, 3 yellows, is it? Oh, we've had 6 cautions. Okay, I guess I just didn't, it didn't feel like it's been that many. Alright, here we go. Let's see. So there's been 6 lead changes, 6 cautions, 4 different cars to actually lead a lap tonight. So far, though, Ty Gibbs has been the actual dominant car of the night here. And we are getting ready for a fun finish here. Let's see. 1164. Let's see. That would put it right ahead of the Pennzoil 400 here. Here we go. Making another pretty good stream here. Man. I'm just hoping I'm not like this for the 500, because that Daytona 500 is going to be a long one. So here we go. Let's see. And, oh! Wait. That couldn't have been choose cone, right? Nobody took the inside. There's no way that they all just simultaneously agreed to just single file line this. This gives a significant disadvantage to whoever ends up second or third. Because one of the two of them's probably going to spin the other one out, and we're going to end up having to... And Ty Gibbs... Okay, yeah, there we go. Ty Gibbs takes the inside, and they go pretty much every other one. Alright, here we go. Let's see. Here we go. Let's see what we got going on. So, we got Gibbs, Logano, Hamlin. Let's see what this battle's going to be. Kyle Busch in that inside line as well. Blaney up to 4th place on track. As we get the 1 to go sign. 1 lap till green. Let's see. Bubba Wallace, he's going to be 3rd row outside line. That's going to be important here soon. Alright, here we go. Doubled up and green, green, green. Green flag's out. We're back to racing. And let's see. And yep, there we go. Oh, and Logano way out the way. And he is just dropping like a rock there. Hamlin takes that lead right back from Ty Gibbs here. And there we go. And Kyle Busch now, he's back to 3rd here. Here we go. What's it? 8 laps to go. 8 more times around. 8 laps to go here in the clash at the Coliseum. Is there anything Ty Gibbs can do to try and beat Hamlin here for this one? Or is it going to be a veteran from Joe Gibbs Racing twice in a row? Because at this point, I wouldn't count Ty Gibbs a veteran. Alright, here we go. Let's see. Gibbs puts it to the back bumper, but he just isn't able to make much happen here as we take 5 laps to go. I mean, I'm sure that Gibbs has that little extra bit in there, but he's just saving it. Let's see. I mean, he's able to get in close to that rear bumper, but he just stays right away from it. One would imagine if he really wanted to try and pass him, he could maybe make something happen. But now he's got Kyle Busch up the inside, and that's going to make it a lot harder, and that's going to build a gap here for Denny Hamlin. And there we go. All right, there we go. So it's Busch about a second back from Hamlin, and now Hamlin just needs to check out here. He's got a lap and a half to go. Or, sorry, 2.5 laps to go. 1 lap to go for Denny Hamlin, and it's going to be a Denny Hamlin win. Oh, no, we got the yellow flag. Oh, this changes everything. The yellow flag flies. It's Ty Gibbs with 1 lap to go in the clash at the Coliseum. And we are going to overtime. Are we going to traditional overtime with green white checker, or are we going to one lap shootout like we did earlier? If we're about to go to one lap shootout territory, this is about to get really fun. And if not, I want to know what we're going to then. If we're not doing either of those two things, because we saw the green white check, or we saw the one lap shootout work pretty well earlier. But I was like, a 2-lap shootout, who knows what could happen there. And saying, you got a pretty interesting group of names, honestly, at the front. I mean, you got Hamlin, Kyle Busch, your defending champion Blaney, Joey Logano, Bubba Wallace. It's a pretty good, interesting group of guys there. But, yeah, right now, though, Hamlin looks to be the easy victory here. And, yeah, he just, I say, he had nowhere to go there. Alright, if I'm the 8 car, I'm definitely doing whatever Hamlin doesn't to get the front row. Or am I going behind Hamlin here to try and do what Larson did and get out of line and try and make myself 3 wide for the lead early? Alright, here we go. Hopefully you guys are as excited as I am. I'm a little bit drained, but this race is going to be fun. There isn't much to talk about because it's just a couple names here, and if it's only going to be a 1, maybe 2-lap shootout, there's not a lot of room for... Okay, they are going to make it a green-white checker, so it's going to be green flag, white flag, checkered flag, so 2-lap restart. And here we go, let's see. So 2 laps, I think if you're Kyle Busch, I think you start from the outside line and trust that you can... out-duel Hamlin on the inside line. Alright, here we go. Let's see. When they go back racing, it'll be 2 laps to go here. Hamlin, Busch, Blaney, Logano, Wallace, Truex, Byron, Larson, Bowman, and Briscoe rounding out the top 10. Keselowski, Priest, Gibbs, I believe those are the last few names on the lead lap here. Will we see a Ford in victory lane? Maybe a Chevy? One of those brand new Toyotas maybe going to victory lane? And say, who knows? It could be a variety of things here. I don't remember who won the Clash in 2017, the last time they... Okay, it looks like Kyle Busch is going with the Kyle Larson strategy of try and pass Hamlin on the inside, make it 3 wide for the lead. And so you got to play that move carefully, because if it gets folded against you. Alright, let's see what's going to happen here. 2 laps to go, 2-lap restart. Let's go. Get hype. Here we go. You know, we've talked about these 2 laps for a whole lot, and there's just not many options here. There we go. Lights are off on the pace car, which means they're going to be going racing next time by. Hopefully you guys are as excited as I am for this. Let's go. Hamlin had the faster car in qualifying. Blaney had the slowest car in qualifying of the guys in this race, so let's see what the drag race is going to look like as they come off turn 4 through the Geico restart zone. Green flag is out, and yep, Hamlin is away with a really decent chunk there. Kyle Busch tries to dive it up the inside, and he just gets nowhere near close enough there. Hamlin smoking the brakes a ton here as they come into the white flag this time by. White flag for Hamlin, and I think this is just going to be a battle between Busch and Blaney for second here. And, yep, there we go. Hamlin has a big lead here. White flag is out, and it's going to be checkered flag. Denny Hamlin wins the Busch Clash at the Coliseum. Kyle Busch comes home second, Blaney third, Logano fourth, Kyle Larson rounds out your top five. Then you had Bowman, Briscoe, who else was there? You had Bowman, Briscoe, Keselowski, Truex, and Byron rounding out the top 10. Priest 11th, 12th was Bubba Wallace, 13th was Tyler Reddick, 14th John Hunter Nemechek, 15th Ross Chastain, 16th was Stenhouse, 17th Corey LaJoie, 18th Ty Gibbs, 19th Michael McDowell. Noah Gragson comes home 20th. And Noah Gragson 4 laps off the pace, by the way. 21st was Haley, 22nd Elliott, and then rounding out the 23 car field, it was Todd Gilliland, the first car out the race. Never recovered after whatever that brake fluid was, but there it is. Denny Hamlin burning it down in victory lane. So, as I said in my update video, very likely race review will be out tomorrow afternoon-ish sometime. I'm going to have to, I'm probably going to record it right after this, but I'm going to have to edit it when I'm at work tomorrow, so don't expect the race review to come out until tomorrow, but oh man, here we go. That is a burnout, and the brand new Toyota Camry winning in its debut race. The Sport Clips car, one of my personal favorite paint schemes of the offseason, and Denny Hamlin rising to the cheers. Let's see, can he bookend the season by winning this race and winning Phoenix in the fall? Let's say, there's a lot of winning he needs to do between then, but Phoenix in the fall is what he's been chasing for the better part of almost 2 decades at this point. So, I mean, I think at this point it's got to be the battle for Denny Hamlin. He's got to win this one. So, I'm just going to stay here long enough to see them, see who they all talk to for post-race interviews, try and see if anything happens after the race. But, honestly, the tempers were actually pretty tame tonight. I was kind of surprised with just how clean it was. So here we go. Let's see. Alright, here we go. Man. So, yep, Denny Hamlin just still doing the front stretch interview, just going through all the classic stuff, getting that first win of the season. It's always a nice momentum builder. He's won the Clash multiple times. First time he's won at the Coliseum, though. And it's like the famous line, "You beat my favorite driver tonight." It's definitely true because he beat mine. And this is his second or third straight year finishing top 3 in the Clash of the Coliseum, and he hasn't gotten it done yet. I mean, come on. But yeah, on the short run though, I mean, there was just no catching the 11 car. I mean, he just got away from the field. And, I mean, you had to try and beat him from the outside lane, and nobody was doing that tonight. So, there we go. Not sure that's the best car to represent a lawyer, now that I'm seeing the hood. I'm not sure what the shirtless guy flexing does for your branding, but there we go. Alright, well, so they've talked to first, they talked to second place, so they're going to talk to defending champion there, Ryan Blaney, before they kick it to the Mexico series, who will be racing next. Oh, are they going to talk to him? Let's see. Are they going to... Oh, yeah, there we go. They're going to stick a mic in Blaney's face, too. Good. I was going to say, if you didn't interview the third place finisher... Oh. They have a mic there. They were getting ready to stick it in his face, and now they're panning it, and they're going to the booth. So it looks like they're not going to show them sticking a mic in Ryan Blaney's face just yet. So I'm going to end off the stream, though. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you guys did, leave a like on the stream. Subscribe if you guys are new, so you guys don't miss any future videos or live streams. And, yeah, hopefully you guys will be back. Again, tomorrow I'm going to be streaming a race. I don't know whether I'll be broadcasting it from the booth or if I'll be taking part. It'll basically just come down to car count. But we'll be doing a live-streamed race at the Daytona International Speedway, 8 p.m. Eastern, the same time the Clash was supposed to be, basically just doing the old school Clash. So if any of you guys are interested in that, we'll be racing that again tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Eastern, right here on this channel. So hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you guys did enjoy, of course, hit the like button and subscribe if you guys are new, so you guys don't miss any future videos or live streams. And we will see you guys next video, live stream, whatever you guys decide to do with the rest of your day. Have a great day, everybody, and goodbye!